All right. Hello again. Um, guess we're going to call this the back to school stream, back to work stream, I guess, for me. Um, hello to everybody. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, glad to see you back, all that sort of stuff. I say this as a back to school slash back to work stream, not because there are any students or anything going back to school at this point, I hope. But it's going to be back to school for me. Go back to work on Wednesday. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm not looking forward to it. There are probably people that are, but I'm not one of them. It is what it is. So, this will be my last stream before I go back to work. I think though, once I go back, everything will kind of go onto a schedule. I know I've mentioned this prior, but I'll probably do Fridays and Saturdays, like Fridays and or Saturdays. I may alternate. So most likely one day a week, I may change some stuff up. Well, basically once students start back, which will be about the second week or so of August, um, I'll already have been working for like 3 weeks, which is great. Um, I may be able to change some stuff up. So anyway, um, so for everybody, I know I typically don't make introductions or haven't been doing so, but allow me to do so since it's been a little bit. Um, I'm Greg. I'm a teacher, writer, artist, all that stuff. Now streamer, have been for a little bit. This is like what, my fifth stream now, something like that. Um, and for basically overall, I've been doing like indie horror, which is what I'm going to be doing today. But I do plan on branching out and doing some other stuff. So um, I did want to share a little bit of news, kind of an update since last time for anybody interested. It seems like I've gotten the okay. I don't know about the release date in terms of schedule, but it seems like my horror anthology that I mentioned last stream has been accepted, and it's hopefully, fingers crossed, will be published this time. So, good news there. Um, Whenever I have more updates, I'll let people know. But for now, that's kind of where I'm at. So, um, hopefully, I'll get to see some people in chat showing up. If not, it's fine. I know this is kind of like a random thing on in the middle of the day on a Monday, so like all right. So let's go ahead and get started then, shall we? Uh, okay. So I decided for this stream that I wanted to look at two fairly recent indie horror games. I've completed the first season of Fears to Fathom, and may touch on the newest one of those at some point, the co-op one. But I wanted to look at some stuff that I personally have not played and experienced, just so the experience can be fresh and everything else. So the two that I'm looking at today are the one you see on screen now, the Sweet Spot. I know. Hold on. Well, I'll wait and maybe see about moving my image, my picture, my video, whatever, down here in a minute if I need to. But for right now, the Sweet Spot's the first one we'll look at. The other that I'm wanting to tackle today is one that a lot of streamers recently have been playing, called Flash and Die. So I hope to maybe go through both of these. So we're going to start with the Sweet Spot, though. All right. So without further ado, let's go back and find it. You can see that my stuff on Steam is pretty big in terms of the list of stuff that I've got. So let's look at the description for this one. All right. Yeah, I have been seeing that some of the reviews for this one have been mixed. We'll make our own assumptions on it when we go into it. The Sweet Spot is a cozy horror game where you work the last shift at an 80s ice cream shop. Make ice cream, serve customers, and watch out for strange things. or should we say Stranger Things? Yeah, I know. Sounds interesting. I like the 80s aesthetic, even though I will argue that the trend over the last decade or so of all of these 80s themed TV shows and the like have been, I don't want to say they're like played out or cliched, but they've kind of gotten that way. Like, um, if you're, hey Dory, welcome. And this might be a good question to you or anybody else that may be watching. Um, the I know a lot of people were like really in love with Stranger Things. I don't know how people felt about the finale of Stranger Things, the last season, but I I kind of hated it. I didn't really like how they wrapped it up and the like, but I did like the earlier stuff. It was one of those shows that felt like they wrote themselves into a corner, but I did feel that it definitely ran out of steam at the end, and they tried too quickly to wrap that stuff up. But I was born in the '80s, so I have like kind of a dodgy um memory of some stuff that occurred at the time, like late 80s. I have like little sporadic memories and remember early 90s stuff, obviously. um and the whole thing that they do in the 80s with like all the bright pinks and neon colors, the pink, yellow, green, i I just remember a lot of brown. That's my thing with 1980 stuff. um it was your least favorite? Yeah, me too. I Season 4 had a lot of great potential, but season 5 just didn't work for me. And plus, I was really irritated because I'm a big fan of movies and the like from the 80s. They wasted Linda Hamilton, the one that played I can't remember, was it Dr. K? I think that's what her name was. They wasted her. You don't get Sarah Connor from the Terminator and put her in a role that you really don't do anything with her. It's like I hated that. I hated how they wrapped everything up. I hate how they did Vecna. They made him kind of kind of weak. It just didn't work. But anyway, so I don't know if we're going to see a whole lot more like 80s stuff now that Stranger Things is somewhat finished. I'm sure Netflix is going to continue to milk that franchise a bit too heavily, like every other corporate thing always does, is what it is. Um, but we'll see how this particular game does with the whole 80s aesthetic. I have liked a lot of games that I've played that have kind of played on that sort of thing, so we'll see how this one does. So let's go ahead and jump into the sweet spot here. I'll just do it this way. Well, okay. Oh, good. The all I like pastel pink already. All right, yeah. Let me turn that down a little bit for me, so I'm not like screaming into the microphone. Choose language. Obviously, English. I'll just leave that in the middle for now. Headphones and play in a dark and quiet environment for the best experience. As dark as I can make it without blocking the windows. Okay. Let's see if there are any settings I need to mess with. Let's look at the graphics. Resolution is fine. Borderless windowed. Okay. Does it go any more? Okay, it doesn't go any more than high. Okay. Sound, we're good. Controls. Usually I'll take head bobbing off depending on how distracting it might be. I've always had issues with motion sickness, like really, really bad. I even have vertigo that thankfully doesn't affect me as badly as it did when I was a teenager into uh, early adulthood. I would have really bad vertigo attacks. So some stuff like on games, I'll deal with motion sickness, but not so much newer ones. Honestly, the worst motion sickness I had in the last few years was when I went to go back for whatever reason. I think it was when PlayStation. network released a port of they released ports of the PlayStation 1 Twisted Metal games, and I tried to play Twisted Metal 3 and I thought I was going to throw up. It's not a good game anyway. It's entertaining, but it's not like well made. But the way it looked and everything, the way it jerked and moved, just made me so sick. So I'll leave Hey Bob on for now, just to see. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Ooh, okay. What relax mode? Endless work hours and no time limit to deliver each order. Sounds okay. Endless mode. Endless work hours and a time limit to deliver each order. I love how they put endless mode in red. That sounds terrible. Let's just go with story mode. Oh, okay. Approximately an hour. This might be a nice little digestible thing. We'll see. All right. So to anyone in when do I go back to work? Yeah, I said this at the beginning. Wednesday. Wednesday. As in this week, Wednesday. Um how can I put this simply? I'll get to it in a second. I finally got a job and I'm here, and now I just have to go do the work. Let's go. All right. Yeah, it does suck. No, we because I know you know with your dad and the like. We go we get out of school. School is done at the end of May. This school finishes at the end of May. Um, for contract employees, everything else. Q is dropped. That's strange. Zoom is hold. And therefore we get like the entire month of June off, which is that's fine. That's respectable. But we go back at like the tail end of July. This year we're going back earlier because they set it in our schedule. They were going to give us, according to what we were told, they were going to give us like the last Friday of every month off, but they're only doing it for a few of them because some of the Fridays fall during vacation. So you know, but they're claiming they're giving us this time to get our classrooms set up and the like. But then I still will work, not including this week, right? I still will work 2 weeks, and then the students start. Um, and yeah, the hours at this school, the way the kids work, they start their classes at 7:45 in the morning. Imagine doing that at Eastern Randolph. Imagine all the complaints that kids and everything would give and everything else. But you know, um, hours and everything are not bad, but it's just it felt like the summer has been really short. The summer that I transferred from ER to where I'm at now, they my summer was cut a lot shorter because ER we get out at like what June 15th, and then I was going back July the 20. I think it was like maybe the 24th or 25th. So I felt like I had very little time, and that was rough. But I don't know. This year it's just felt really short, but it is what it is. I'll we'll make the best of it, I guess. All right, so hopefully all those buttons that they just listed aren't going to throw me too much. I felt like the Q thing dropping stuff was a bit weird, but I'll figure it out as we go. So, quaint little ice cream shop. Definitely looks like it fits in with the 80s. Really don't mind the colors, the red and blue stuff. It weirdly reminds me of those the trolley gummy worms, the red and blue, green and orange, red and yellow. Got our ice creams. Do we have anybody on the wall that's recognizable? That almost looks like maybe a James Bondish type of character. It looks like they have a gun in their hand. Of course, we got a girl up here with a headband. Looks like typical 80s workout stuff. No idea who that is. So maybe these might be stock images. At least I can't tell. I hope it's not AI. I'm not a big fan of the AI assets that they'll throw in of like the artwork and things of that nature. But it is what it is. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Countdown to next May. Yeah, no, everybody complains. Yes, they do. It's one of the biggest. I don't want to keep going on about like the old job stuff, but I will say that was one of the biggest complaints I had was that everybody complained about everything, and we had to bow down to everybody that had a complaint. Yeah. But, you know, it's like that in a lot of places, I guess. Go to the counter, close the small door, and clock in. Did I clock? Okay, small door's closed. Clock in. All right, let's see. Well, let me look around here. Okay, recipes. Ice cream is an ice cream cup, hard ice cream, an ice cream spoon. Fairly self-explanatory, but I'm sure it'll get more complicated. Hi, Jessica. Welcome to the Sweet Spot. I'll give you some basic instructions to get you started, okay? The job is simple. As soon as a customer arrives, talk to them to take their order, prepare the order, deliver it to the customer, and receive payment. I know this is like game instructions, but some of this is like, in all these simulators, always like, duh, man. That's how this works. Don't worry, the recipes are easy. You can see them on the whiteboard that should be near you now. I'm sure they'll magically appear as though someone wrote them, and that's kind of weird, but all right. I hope you understood. That was your training. If you have any questions, be proactive as required in the position and find the answer. I'll say this, at least in like when I worked at Walmart, we at least had some training. We had some training and had people that actually accompanied us, you know, and all that stuff while we trained. But here, guess not. Not for the Sweet Spot. I know the salary isn't high, but you know how it is. The economy is tough. It is funny how a lot of modern games, I know this is like set in the 80s, a lot of modern games seem to comment on that a lot, and they're right. Enjoy your first day. I'm guessing this is me, the italicized stuff. I can't believe I went to college for 4 years for this. This place looks like it's from the last century, and they didn't even let me bring myself. Okay, so this isn't in the 80s. It's an 80s style, but it's not in the 80s, which is... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Kind of don't like that, but it is what it is. Didn't even let me bring my cell phone. Okay. So, ice cream cup, hard ice cream spoon. Let's see what type of ice creams. Yeah, it's fine. I went and messed with the delay stuff. I'll get to this customer in a second. I messed with the delay stuff before, after the last stream, and I think it's just going to do it anyway. I think it's built in to Twitch, so if I'm a little bit late to some stuff, just, you know, bear with me. Let's see what ice cream we've got, because I probably should have looked at it before this guy walked in. We got chocolate, almond. That literally looks like potato chip ice cream or something. Like they put potato chips on top of it. Cereal ice cream, strawberry, vanilla, strawberry cheesecake. My wife would love that. I'm not a fan. Tutti Frutti ice cream, mint ice cream, like mint chocolate chip, I guess. Swirl, cotton candy. Not a fan of cotton candy. Sprinkle, cookies and cream. Okay. Caramel. Caramel, whatever. I hear both. I've had students at my new school, well, current school, that got into an argument one day and threw off on anyone that said caramel. They're like, that's not how it's spelled, not how it's pronounced. And I'm like, welcome to the English language. That's how that works. It's weird. Lemon ice cream, so like lemon sherbet. Chat, favorite ice cream? For me, I'm basic. If you give me chocolate, I'm good, or anything chocolate or brownie oriented. I also used to like Moose Tracks a lot. The it's kind of like cookies and cream, but it would have little peanut butter cups in it. Anything like peanut butter oriented, fruit flavored ice creams. I have to be in the mood. I'm not generally into those that much, but you know. All right. I know I've kept this dude waiting, but I will say this. This probably will date me a little bit here. I'm sure it will. Very fitting that this place is like sort of like an 80s themed thing. This dude looks like Jeffrey Combs playing Herbert West in Reanimator. I saw recently that they're doing like a remake of Reanimator. I don't know how I feel about that, but not a bad little 80s movie. Let me fix my screen over here. Hold on. Just move myself down a little bit. So yeah, that's better. So that we can actually see. So we can actually. Whoop, sorry. Some technical difficulties. My bad. But I saw where there was like a thing of a remake of this, and it's like if you've ever seen the original Reanimator, I don't recommend it for everybody. It's a bit gory and really over the top, but if you're a big fan of like 80s horror, it's one to check out. But if you ever check it out and you look at this dude, think back to The Sweet Spot and be like, man, yeah, that guy does look like him. All right. Hi, good evening. Can I have some vanilla ice cream, please? All right, vanilla ice cream. So grab a cup. Where's the vanilla? Vanilla and a spoon. Place the order. Oh, okay, and ring the bell. Yeah, okay. That's all I play. I hit Q to drop it. Thank you very much. Ooh, money. Oh, okay, I don't actually put it in there. That's odd. Each customer's order items are written on the board on the wall on the counter area. Oh, okay. To remember how to prepare something, check out the whiteboard on the wall of the indoor kitchen. Wow. Zoom. This woman looks incredibly smug. She's like looking at me like, you know, like, I don't know. She's almost looking at me, I don't know, like she just cut a fart and she's waiting on me to smell it. I don't know what it is. She's weird. Okay, let's see what she wants. Hello. Give me some strawberry ice cream, but make it right, okay? I don't accept just anything. Strawberry ice cream. Oh no, how will I ever make it appropriate? Appropriately. What should I say? Strawberry ice cream? Sorry, guys. Let me fix one other thing. My bad. Whoop, whoop. Okay. My bad. Having some technical difficulties today. Okay, we're good. All right, so strawberry ice cream. Pretty simple. Let's get the cup. All right. Cup. Strawberry. Strawberry. Spoon. Sit. Ding ding. Oh, okay. I guess that was to her liking, and she's going to sit in here and awkwardly eat it. Fun. Strawberry ice cream I'm okay with, but I didn't used to be a fan when I was a kid. Good Lord, hold on. I don't want to have... Tell you what. Let me just put myself down here in the corner. I don't want to keep having my illustrious head blocking all the stuff on the screen. So if I'm sorry, I keep like moving stuff. My bad. Hi, lady. Nice to see you tonight, looking as beautiful as you. Weird English, but okay. Could I have a chocolate ice cream with caramel syrup, please? Sure thing, weirdy. I'm not sure if that was a compliment. It wasn't. Not a good one. So, okay, I get it. What this game is basically like, the vibes I'm getting, is one horror game that I have played before, and I know it's been like a while since it was popular. This feels like Boba Tea Shop. Feels like Boba Tea Shop. And that's not saying that's bad. I liked Boba Tea Shop. It was weirdly relaxing, but it was unsettling. This one hasn't gotten to the unsettling part yet. So, there you go. Thank you very much, ma'am. Have a great night. Okay. Thanks, bud. Keep your weird, creepy compliments to yourself, though. Okay, I didn't really hear a lot of sound. All I hear is a clock. And the dinging of bells. Okay. This dude looks like if I were a cop and they gave me a hat, like the first hat to try on, what have you. It's just sitting on top of his head. It doesn't even fit his scalp. This guy's got a fat head like me. Let's see what he wants. All right. Hi. I want some mint ice cream. Hurry up. Oh, okay, she went to the bathroom, I guess. I kind of want to spit in his stuff. I don't really care that he's a cop. Yeah, I'm going to be that person. Sure, but ask nicely first, please. Are you serious? Okay. Can I have a mint ice cream, please, ma'am? Sure. El Ducho. All right. I'm sure if I like, I know this is gonna be gross, but I'm sure if I like blew a snot rocket in here, it would probably like be hidden pretty well by the green color. What do you think? Try. Okay, I can just do that. Try not to choke on it. I'll remember that now for speed. I don't have to sit that down. If this does anything like Boba Tea Shop, and based on the endless mode stuff, I hope this doesn't have time limit stuff, but that may come into play. Thank you. I hope you last longer than the last woman who worked here. Is that a threat? I think that's a threat. Yeah, thanks for your cash. Idiot. Look at your hat. You look stupid. I like the games that do these little details too, by the way. I like being able to look in one area and seeing what's happening in another area of the game. I just find that neat. Oh, good lord. This is also, what is it with the women that in this that look like smug? The other woman like looked like she was trying to hold in a laugh, like this one's like she's judging me. Do I have something on my face? And look at this little snot. Children. Okay. Hello, good evening. I would like a cotton candy ice cream and a strawberry ice cream for me and my daughter, please. Okay, I know I didn't say it out loud, but I'm sorry, I assumed her gender. That does not look like a girl. I mean, I know that doesn't matter, really, but it looks like a little boy. The hairstyle, like, come on now. And I know if I could, like, move around them, if they would quit following me with their evil eyes, their evil gaze, might be able to see, like, a ponytail or something, but that, okay. Cotton candy, strawberry. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, Lord. All right. Strawberry. Spoon. Enjoy. I'm going to grab another one. Cotton candy. Yuck. I like cotton candy on its own, but the idea of it as ice cream is just weird. Same thing with bubble gum. I know I've known people that really like bubblegum stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's gross. It's weird to me. Thanks. Ooh, a lot of money. Okay, there's the ponytail. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made an assumption. I just work in an ice cream shop, okay? There's a reason for that, probably. Oh, God. Oh, turn off the open sign? Most games just have you, like, flip it. Okay. Turn it off. Grab the mop from the indoor kitchen and clean up any spilled ice. How did all this get spilled? Is that what this is? Who, like, stood in a corner? There's, like, the one woman that was in here that sat over here. But the rest of these, like, who did? Who? This looks like Grimace, like, took a whiz on the floor or something. And this is like the black void of my soul on the floor. Okay. Yeah, what I said before. This is basically Boba Tea Shop. It's basically Boba Tea Shop. I haven't looked at the reviews of the game itself. Like, I try not to look at them too much for stuff like this because I don't want to go into it really knowing anything. But I saw where it said like mixed, and you know, I think this is probably why we're seeing that. I think this is probably why. What ice cream is black? Like, what ice cream over there is black? Was boba tea shop, you had to learn all these different recipes. As time went on, you kept having to do more complicated stuff. And in between everything, you had to clean the floors. You had to clean the floor. Okay, there's no ice cream there. Please don't tell me someone, that lady that went to the back. Jeez. That was cheap. That was cheap, but it worked. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I will say that I'm not one that typically like screams, but you'll see me like, you know, or whatever. Like, I can yell. I played a demo of a game. I might have mentioned this in my last stream, actually. Played a demo of a game the other day with my wife. She was laughing afterward because I legit did like a high-pitched scream. Because it was something like literally, most of these you can map out. You can kind of tell when they're about to happen. I had no clue. None at all. Clock out. Oh, pfft. Clock out. And leave the shop. Okay. Now I'm going to be someone who wasn't raised in a barn. I'm gonna do all this. What? Day 2. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Huh. That was weird. But again, if anybody watching this YouTube or on Twitch, whatever, if you have never played Boba Tea Shop, I recommend you do so. Boba Tea Shop did stuff like that too, where it was like psychological stuff, playing with your head. It is kind of weird that this is an ice cream shop attached to a gas station. That does feel kind of strange. I mean, I'm not saying you can't get ice cream at a gas station. Story time, I guess. One of my favorite experiences growing up, even up through early adulthood, and it's one that does make me miss my grandpa a lot. If you live in North Carolina like I do, you may know of a little town called Denton. Denton is kind of like a little hole in the wall and very, very, very southern. And long story short, I don't know how it is now because I haven't been in years. But I used to go to it was a gas station that had like a hunting store built next to it, and you know, like farm stuff, all that. And it was called the Country Store. I don't know if that was what it was literally called or if it was like a colloquial thing that everybody just called it that. But inside it was like a little grocery store kind of thing. And you could go in and buy hot dogs, you could buy ice cream, and it was just a thing where I would go in with family. Sometimes we do it like on a Friday night. Go in and get hot dogs, ice cream, chips, just sit and eat. It was always entertaining. Oh God. Oh no, ice cream cones. Oh, you do live near Denton now. If you've been, you know what I'm talking about. It probably hasn't changed a lot. That's where my mom used to work years ago, was in Denton. She taught at South Davidson. Hi, Jessica. Good job last night. My name is Jessica. Okay. I saw you working on the security camera footage. Yeah. That's weird. But I'm not calling about that. I'm calling to tell you that I bought an ice cream machine and ice cream cones. And I updated the ice cream shop's menu. Lovely. Now you can also serve ice cream cones. Good luck. He is monitoring me. Is this for real? But yeah, I don't like, I'm not trying to throw off on Denton. I know it's got a lot more stuff in the last few years, but it was one of those towns that was really, really small. I used to always compare it to the town itself. I always used to compare it to Mayberry. You know, like from Andy Griffith. Because that's what it always reminded me of. Oh, good. This is the typical mom you see at Walmart with the kid who is a spastic nut job running around and screaming. This is the kid that when he runs by and he hits a table, I start laughing because I'm a terrible person. And this is the mom who looks really, really tired and looks like she's had a lot of collagen put into her lips. But she looks really tired from probably dealing with this kid that she doesn't know how to discipline. But let's see what her order is. All right. Hi, I'd like a vanilla ice cream with strawberry syrup and a chocolate ice cream cone, please. Mm-hmm. Okay, vanilla ice cream, strawberry syrup, chocolate ice cream cone. Okay. Stop running, Justin! I love this kid's face. At least she like finally barked at him, but look at that face. That kid. Oh, that kid's gonna be a problem when he gets older. Okay, ice cream with strawberry syrup. So let me take care of that first. I know that ordered pretty well. Vanilla, strawberry syrup. Badoop, badoop. Badoop. Ba-ba-bow. Put you back. Ba-ba-bow. Ba-ba-bow. There you go. Chocolate ice cream cone. Hold on. Because I didn't look at that earlier. Ice cream and ice cream spoon. That is weird. Who eats ice cream on a cone with a spoon? I didn't order this. Hold on a minute. Ice cream cone, ice cream. Oh, okay. I think I get it. They mean soft serve. Well, yeet. Okay. Why didn't they just say like soft serve? Soft swirl, chocolate. God. Even so, who eats this with a spoon? Who eats this with a spoon? Not me. I would rather be like trying to, you know, lick the cone and like and get it all over the place than trying to eat it with a spoon. That's just me. Thank you. I hope you fix these power outages. That's not up to me, sweetness. I just work here. That's odd. Yes, enjoy your spastic child. Okay. What's up, homie? Who is me? You gotta be more specific. You gotta be more specific. Okay, sorry, I gotta think of a voice for this dude. Hey girl, do you believe in love at first sight, or should I stop by again later? It didn't work out, did it? That's okay. I'd like a chocolate ice cream, please. Okay. Chocolate ice cream. What am I doing? Chocolate ice cream. Let's get spoon. Let me throw it. Oh, what's up, Jacoby? What game are we playing? We are playing the Sweet Spot. I'm serving ice cream to weirdos. And the lights keep going out. Alright. Thanks, can I have your phone number? I'm giving him a fake number. I'm not even going to ask. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow, babe. See you later. Get out of here. Get out of here, creep. Or go sit in the corner. Ugh. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think he was wearing a ball cap earlier. Faulty lights and weirdos. Yeah, the pay's not that great. I'm a college kid working at an ice cream shop. This guy looks like Agent 47 after a very, very bad life. Like Agent 47 in A nursing home. All right, let's see what he wants. Good evening. Could you give me a vanilla ice cream cone, please? Okay. Vanilla ice cream cone. Remember, so I don't screw this up, it has to be the soft. Can't do the hard ice cream. And having to put a... Well, okay, this guy, I can understand maybe putting a spoon in it. He needs all the help he can get to chew anything. All right, here you go. Thanks. I just love that like when they like throw the money at you. Yeah, chat. This is boba tea shop. That's what this is. Okay, maybe that's the shadow. There for a second, it looked like maybe she'd been hit right there in the mouth or something. It's about to be like, you know, are you okay? All right.
Hey, lady, can I have a caramel ice cream with chocolate sauce, please?
I guess. Thank you for calling me lady. Not like, you know, not like the dude that just left that was like, hey, girl. Caramel ice cream chocolate sauce. Okay. Dang it. Wrong order. So aggressive with money. Yes, they are. The voices. Yeah, you're welcome. I have to have some fun somewhere. Caramel ice cream. She said chocolate sauce, right? Okay. I can't do overly feminine voices. Like, there's some streamers that I see that'll do, like, feminine voices. They do them all, like, high-pitched and everything. And I wish I could. But puberty, like, choke slammed me. Where I'm strained sometimes to do that. Even falsetto is hard for me sometimes. But every now and then I can do it, but I don't think I practice it enough, so my throat can't really handle it.
Thank you, and take care, okay? I saw a strange guy outside.
I saw him too. I gave him a fake phone number. He better be gone now. Get my wife to help me out. She sat in on, I think it was my second stream. She's not one, though. She doesn't want to be seen on camera and stuff. And I get that. But maybe at some point I might can convince her to maybe like do some voices. I don't know if she'd be willing to do that too much. I'm at the point I don't care if I get embarrassed anymore. Hi there. Should I do... I'm trying to think like a streamer voice. Not even a streamer voice. I'll just do, I don't know, maybe like Valley Girl or something.
Hey, girl. I'd like a strawberry ice cream cone with caramel. Who cares? Caramel sauce, please.
Okay. Strawberry with caramel. Strawberry with caramel. I'm waiting on this to get like overly complicated. Like, I know it's coming. This stuff's going to get really, really hard. Because I remember that the boba tea shop stuff, some of those got ridiculous. And right at the tail end of that particular game, it had time limit stuff. And it was hard. It was hard. Embarrassment's a fallacy. That's fair. You did... What did she order? She said... Didn't she say strawberry with caramel? Or am I tripping? What'd she say? It'd help if I look at the order. Hard strawberry... Why do they want ice cream? Because that's what we sell. It's only ice cream. Okay, I hate this. This is already getting complicated. I hate this. Before, I tried to do a cone with hard ice cream, and when I looked at it, it was like, no, it has to be soft ice cream. Oh no. This girl's got to come in here because she's probably a quote-unquote influencer. And she's got to have things done a different way. She's got to screw up my groove. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm going to work. Bye. Get out. Get out. Get out. Just get out. Get out. Get out. Okay. Wow. Why does he have a cut right there on his cheek? Wow. Okay. Hi, ma'am. Sorry about last night in the bathroom. I hope I didn't scare you. It was this dude. Okay. That was who ran out of there like that. All right. Could I have some almond ice cream, please? Yes, you can. Almond ice cream. Let me make sure I do it right. Okay, yeah, nothing complicated. Almond ice cream. Where is the almond? Okay. Almond ice cream. Spoon. Kobe. Thank you very much. Wait. Hey! No. Ah. He didn't pay for it. He didn't pay for it. You know what? I'm just a college girl. I'm just a college girl named Jessica. It works at an ice cream shop near a gas station in the middle of the night. This is above my pay grade. If he wants free ice cream, he's got free ice cream. Okay, trash bags from the indoor kitchen. Random trash bags that have just accrued. Can I carry both? No, I cannot. Awesome. Oh, good. Yes, to the container outside. Yeah, he'll Venmo the store. Yeah, right. Sure he will. Sure he will. What is that? Did someone like try to paint like an octopus? Or is that supposed to be blood or something? Clock out and leave the ice cream shop. Okay. I mean... Oh, goody. I doubt my mic will pick that up, but I just heard thunder outside, dude. And that probably means we're having a thunderstorm. I'm not too worried about power issues, I hope, but if anything goes wrong, that's what happened. Just letting you guys know. Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm going to clean this shop. I know what I said earlier, that this was above my pay grade, but I want my store to not look like garbage. I'm going to clean it. This was Justin. This was that little kid. That was his fault. So was this. Everything was that kid's fault. Again, random black spot here in the corner that's supposed to be ice cream. I didn't realize we served tar flavor here. Random purple ice cream. Who's eating ice cream in the bathroom? Who is eating ice cream in the bathroom? Payboy. Funny. Ooh, yeah, loud thunder. I don't know if the mic picked that up or not. That one was loud. Oh, let me put the burn back up. My bad. Hold on, chat. Let me come back. Just real quick, 1 second. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like there's like a storm coming up and everything. That's what my wife basically was coming to tell me that and a couple of other things. All right. Let me put the broom up. Mop, whatever. Leave. Get out. All right. Yay! Is that day 2 completed? Day 3! And it's rainy. Alright. Weirdly, this should be weirdly relaxing, and it usually would be for me, but with this being like a horror game, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. However. Surely there won't be any weirdos coming in. Tell you what, before I go and actually clock in, that is weird actually seeing myself. Let me see what new stuff I'll probably... Yep. Okay, so ice cream cone, got that. Milkshake. Milkshake cup. Ice cream, milk, whipped cream, and milkshake straw. Milkshake cup, ice cream, milk, whipped cream. That's totally not complicated. The sad part is, okay, that's the drink mixer. That's a straw. Milkshake cup. Milk, whipped cream spray. Okay. The thing of, I didn't even realize there was a trash can right here. That shows how observant and stupid I am. The only thing about this that is making me a little bit nervous was what I said about how Boba Tea Shop got more hectic with time limits. If this is copying everything else out of the Boba Tea Shop, out of its playbook, I'm sure that's what we're going to face next. Oh, excuse me. Phone will ring, I'm sure. Here we go. All right. Excuse me. Hi, Jessica. Good evening. I fixed the power and bought what we needed to make milkshakes. Now you can serve milkshakes too. Huzzah! That's totally what I wanted to do. Keep making my job harder each day. Also, I saw that yesterday a customer didn't pay for their order and left. Please be aware that I will deduct that amount from your salary. Okay? Go ahead and take away like that $2.33 probably. I don't know. This is in modern economy. Take away that $14. What do you mean? That's not fair. It wasn't my fault. I understand, Jessica, but the company can't afford the loss. So don't let this happen again, okay? Good luck. You suck. You suck. That's one thing I can't say that I've had from experience. I've never worked in customer service like restaurants or anything. I don't know what that's like, but I can imagine it's awful. I don't know if any of you have ever had to do anything like this before. If you have my sympathies. I've never had to do it. Now, the time I worked at Walmart was bad enough. That was bad enough. Dude, look at this dude's shoulders. Good Lord. Okay. Hi, miss. Could you give me a vanilla ice cream cone and a strawberry ice cream, please? Sure. So, soft vanilla ice cream cone. Let me take care of that first, because that's pretty easy. Vanilla ice cream's okay. It's just a little bit basic sometimes. It depends. Like I said before, I've just always been more of a chocolate person. Strawberry ice cream. Okay, I guess this is hard ice cream in a bowl. Simple, simple, simple. Thanks! By the way, I noticed you seem a little down. If it helps, you're doing a great job. Don't give up. That's me trying to smile and totally not looking like a psychopath. I hate people like that, where they they always look at you and they're like, you don't look happy. I hear that a lot. I've heard that many times in my life. Because I just have this face. But I'm always told that, and people are like, you should cheer up. And I'm like, no. You telling me is not going to make me. Oh, look. Jeffrey Combs is back.
Hi, good evening. I saw that you now have milkshakes on the menu. Could you make me a chocolate milkshake, please?
Of course, you've got to order the most complicated crap. Okay. Milkshake cup. Ice cream. Milk. Okay, this might not be too bad. Let's give it a shot. Alright. Chocolate. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be what's going to throw me if I have to do anything like time-oriented. Oh, God. Milk. Guess I can throw that down. Do I go ahead and put that in here? Ah, no. Okay. I figured probably not, but it was worth a shot. Okay. Let's mix it. It's not missing ice cream. Do I have to put... Okay, you have to put 2 scoops. Okay, that makes sense. 2 scoops. You don't want to have too much milk in there. God. No, wait. Put that. Oh, Lord. Yeah, if that were, like, timed, I've already screwed up.
Thanks.
That's a lot of money for a milkshake. Oh, he looks like he wants to fist bump me. Fist bump? Alright. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at that grin. He looks like he's got, like, a horse overbite, like... I'm not gonna do it. Alright. Another guy trying to flirt with me! Look! I know I'm beautiful, but please... Gentlemen, please, stop. Alright.
Hey, cutie. Are you enjoying your night? What do you think about us going for a walk together later?
I'm guessing I say no.
I understand. That's fine. Could you give me a strawberry milkshake, please?
These guys come in here and flirt with me, and then they ask for the most complicated stuff. But I should... Hold on, I know. Let me get that out of the way. Should be able to do this somewhat. I just don't have the... I don't have the skill to do this that fast. I don't have that, nor do I have the dexterity. Alright, straw. What is up, boy?
Thanks.
Yeah, you go drink that out in the rain. I'm gonna hang out here with Herbert. What's up, Herbert? What? I know, I keep going back and forth between Jeffrey and Herbert. Shut up. Yeah, okay. That's not creepy. Oh, this girl's back. Valley girl. Okay.
Hi, lady. Today I'd like a vanilla ice cream cone with strawberry syrup, please.
Vanilla cone. Okay, she wants the soft, the strawberry syrup. Okay. Thanks for not making my life way too complicated. Vanilla. Strawberry. And... Am I back? Am I back? Are we back on? Hold on a minute. Are we back? Okay. Oh, great. Well, I did have it looked like I had some viewers, but I don't know about it now. Uh, all right, hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I think that right there may have been related to the storm. It may have been related to the storm. I hope so. Let me go back. Yeah, we should be good now. I hope. Um, yeah, it cut me out again. So I'm probably gonna have another situation like last stream where it cut out like 2 to 3 minutes of stuff, but I didn't keep going. I stopped here. I stopped here. Oh, great. Well, if any of my viewers that I had on Twitch happen to pop back in, um, if you can, like, send a message or something, just so I know there's like still people there. I'm sorry about that. What I get for not checking out the weather. Okay. As I was saying, I don't know if it cut me out before, but this guy looks like a tube of toothpaste that someone like took in the middle and just did like this, just because he's got like the widest hips but the skinniest chest I've ever seen. He's got like really broad shoulders and stuff. Looks great, but he be looking rough right here in the middle. But I'm not gonna throw off on him too much. Okay, so again, if my stuff cut out because I know it, I just happened to see that it did. If you got kicked out of the stream, I apologize. I think that was the storm coming through and knocking stuff out. My bad. Oops. Um, Obviously, I'm still figuring this stuff out. Let's find out what this guy wants. Hi, I'd like a chocolate ice cream, please. Um, the fact that and I didn't mention this before, the fact he walked in without a shirt and without shoes or anything is kind of enough. I guess he was like out there swimming in the rain, maybe. Sure, but I need you to make the payment up front. Why are we calling this guy out for making the payment up front? We didn't say this to the others. Probably because they were prior customers that maybe we could trust. I don't know. Anyway. Is there something wrong with my appearance? Can a man show off his beautiful nip? Okay. Let's try that again. Is there something wrong with my appearance? Can a man show off his beautiful nipples without being judged anymore? Those are beautiful nipples. Okay. Absolutely not, sir. I'm just following orders from the board. I'll pretend I believe you. Here's the payment. Thank you. Chocolate ice cream. So, just the hard ice cream, I guess. Is that it? Get out with your beautiful nipples. Thank you. I thought your colleague was dead. I'm glad you're okay. But which colleague? The one behind you, of course. See you later. I don't want to, but I'm going to. He's probably walking around out there going, "Ah, I made you look." And he's like flashing his nipples. That guy is still standing randomly like a weird Terminator scarecrow with his like glowing eyes. Oh yeah, we saw this guy, lady, the first night. The one that looks like she, farted and is waiting on me to figure out that she farted. I don't remember what voice she used. I don't care. Hi, you added milkshakes to the menu, right? It was about time. Bring me a Tutti Frutti milkshake, darling. Girl, don't call me that. Tutti Frutti milkshake. Tutti Frutti milkshake. Okay. Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. What am I doing? I'm dumb. Trash can. Milk. Yeah, now I'm like all paranoid trying to make sure that the signal doesn't get cut out or something stupid. Again, God, I'm stupid. I'm really sorry about that. I will eventually learn how to get everything set up. This is like a learning process for me. Hold on. So if any of you are able to pop back in, I hope you are. It's still thundering outside, which makes me a little bit nervous. If you're able to pop back in, hope you can. I just absolutely look forward to having to edit this together like I did last time, because junk keeps happening. Thanks. Huh. Turn off the open sign. Dude, when they said that about the person behind me, I should have looked up here. That was kind of my fault. Well, let's turn. Howdy, howdy. You mean what's going on in the game? Just serving ice cream. It's not bad. It basically kind of feels like a copy of Boba Tea Shop, but sort of, but ice cream thing. How long have I been doing this? Until my stream got cut out for about a minute or so due to a storm I didn't realize was coming through, and I think it kind of interfered with Wi-Fi. I've been playing it for maybe about 30, 45 minutes, something like that. But welcome. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Should I go in the bathroom again? There's always like an ice cream. Oh, okay. No. Did anyone choose to eat ice cream in a stall? No? No? Okay. Oh, do I switch between different games? Every stream that I've done so far, I do something different. I've mainly been doing like these little short indie games as of late, but I'm thinking eventually I may do like other, maybe more mainstream games, doing them in parts and things like that. But for now, I've just been doing stuff. Yeah, I try to keep it interesting. This is, I think, well, maybe like my fifth stream overall so far. But yeah, if you like this sort of thing, hope to see you, hang around, maybe come back as I go. I try to keep it as entertaining as I can. Absolutely. And thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Nora. Day 4. Alrighty. So no rain this time, but still weird and spooky. Alrighty. Let's get in here fast. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Let's get started. Get behind the counter. Okay. Before I clock in. Oh, good. Now we're serving coffee. You're from Chicago. You are a long distance away from me. I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina. If you can't tell by my southern drawl. Coffee cup, coffee, and coffee cup lid. Well, that seems fairly simple. But yeah, this game is definitely... This game is definitely like Boba Tea Shop. If we started serving boba stuff, it'd be perfect. All right. Hi, Jessica. I'm calling to let you know I bought a coffee maker because I've got all this money in this economy. Now you can also serve coffee to your customers. Good luck. Thanks, boss, for making my job more complicated. Oh, goody. All right. Bring on the weirdos. Okay, I haven't seen this guy before. Hi, good evening. My name is James. I'm a health inspector, and I've come to take a look at the establishment. Good thing I've been keeping the place clean. Nice to meet you, too. Good thing I've been keeping the place clean and cleaning up the bathroom because people keep going in the bathroom to eat ice cream.
Could you give me a coffee, please?
Okay, so coffee. Coffee cup. Hopefully this will be fairly simple. He's not asking for complicated stuff. That was how the boba tea shop stuff did. It did tea, coffee, and everything, and you always had to put in like 4 and 5 different ingredients. I'm not a coffee person, so I know through my wife what she puts in her coffee, what she does, but me, I don't know. Thank you. I'll let you know the results of the inspection later. Thank you. Okay, hold on. All right, sorry guys. Had a message I had to moderate. Oh, good. This is the dude that came through earlier and felt the need to come in and take stuff and not leave me money before. Now he's come back. Sorry. Do I do anything besides streaming? Yeah, I'm a high school teacher. High school teacher. I write on the side. I do artwork. I'm basically like a jack of all trades, that kind of thing. But yeah, as a job, I'm a teacher. I'd love to do streaming and content creation like YouTube, which I kind of do on the side as well. I'd like to do that full time, but I'm not there yet. Hi, miss. I saw you added coffee to the menu. Could you give me one, please? I'm not giving you anything, bro. Yeah. No way. You didn't pay the last time you came here. Did you really think I'd forgotten? Because, yeah, he didn't pay and then my pay got docked. I don't think so, homie. You'll regret this. Okay. See ya. I'll regret not giving you something. Yeah, sure. And this guy's back, too. This is one of the guys that flirted with me. He's probably going to flirt with me again. We'll see. Yes, he's flirting with me. Hey, girl, you need to be more careful. Otherwise, you'll melt all the ice cream with your heat. Okay. That one didn't work out either, huh? That's okay. I'll get it right someday. Can I have a vanilla ice cream, please? Oh, okay, so he doesn't want soft serve. Goody. I kind of like the guys, well, and women, men, women, doesn't matter. They come in, they don't make my job complicated. Thank you for making my job easy. Thanks. Like, everybody needs to come in and ask for ice cream in a cup with a spoon. Simple as that. Don't ask for coffee. Oh, boy. Hi, ma'am. I finished the inspection and everything is fine here. Have a good night. I just remembered. Excuse me. I can understand the mixed reviews of this game a little bit. This is exactly like Boba Tea Shop. It's almost like it's reskinned. Not a bad game. Like, I like the vibe of it and everything and the ice cream part, but I remember Boba Tea Shop. It's been a while since I've like kind of went through stuff. It had an inspector that came in and checked your shop. And it was where you were expected to clean. It's like, this follows it pretty closely. I may go back and replay Boba Tea Shop coming up or whatever just to see. Oh, good. And the power went out. Check the circuit breaker in the indoor kitchen. How long have I been streaming in general? Basically just the last month. I think I might have started toward the end of June. I've been indoor kitchen. I've been doing content creation like on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube since about 2020, like basically right around when the pandemic hit. And kind of as a hobby. So I don't have like a lot of subscribers or anything on there. I think I've got a little over 400, which I think is pretty passable. But I've never had been real big about streaming or anything because I didn't like the idea of being in front of a camera and talking. But I decided to kind of branch out a little bit recently and bought like, you know, a camera and everything else. And I thought, like a webcam, and I thought, might as well give it a shot. And I tried it, and I ultimately don't mind it that much. I think teaching has helped me be able to just talk, whether people were listening or not. So, you know. Hello again, random weird demon person. Oh, okay, she's back now. I forget the voices I give to these people.
Hey, lady, can I have a chocolate milkshake, please?
Sure you can. Chocolate milkshake. All right, let's. Oh God. Oh yeah, and they threw me because I don't have my whipped cream sitting out. I don't have my milk sitting out. Or we're going to rectify that. All right. So she said chocolate. Boom, 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 boom. Going a little bit faster. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I'm still not going that fast, but I'm going a lot faster than I did before. I feel like I am. All right. Put that on there. Okay. Boom. Straw. Boom, boom, and boom.
Thanks.
There we go. That one went pretty smoothly. I remember you and your too big head and too small hat. Hi, ma'am. Could I have a coffee, please? Sure. Let me get you that coffee. Maybe you won't be disrespectful to me this time like you were before. Coffee, coffee cup lid, boom. Thanks. Oh yeah, he's respectful this time after I was kind of a jerk and called him out about being disrespectful before, where he was like, give me this, and he didn't like ask me anything. Again, I've never worked in the service industry or anything like this, but I sympathize with a lot of the people that do it. The one thing I don't tolerate is disrespect. Throw the trash bags from the indoor kitchen. Okay. Because, like, some people just are outwardly rude for no reason. And it's like, I've had people serve me at restaurants and other stuff that have been, like, rude or they're not doing their job. And I get that. And it's like I have sympathy and everything, and I try to be respectful, but I'm not going to come in and outwardly be disrespectful to you just outright. And then, like a lot of people, where then they question, you know, well, I don't understand why they're being rude to me. If you're rude, you get rudeness back. You might as well expect it. Yeah, let me go ahead and here and mop stuff up. I've learned that as a teacher. A lot of students, thankfully, are still taught respect at home, but there are a lot of students that aren't. A lot of them that aren't. What'd you notice? Hopefully nothing bad. Stronger branding. Yeah, whenever I get to that point, I probably could. I'm right now just doing a little bit of, essentially, like, doing it like hobbyist kind of stuff. But I'd like to get into that eventually. I mean, yeah, you could. You could. Sure. Clock. Let me clock out. Okay. Close that. It's okay, Dory. I got. I don't know if you got knocked out before, day 5. I don't know if you got knocked out before, but the storm that came through kind of knocked me out for like a short time, kind of like what I realized happened with the last one that I did. So I mean, I'd probably have to splice videos together. So it knocked me out for like maybe about a minute or so, and I didn't continue gaming. I realized it because I could see it. it is what it is. Instagram is fine. My name here is the same thing it is on Instagram. Well, and I know I have like the links and everything on Twitch. Yeah, just our luck. It is what it is. Well, that's what I get for not checking the weather before I hop on. But we've had like a lot of freak storms lately. I don't know what's been happening to this place or to me these past few days, but I can't lose this job. I need to keep working. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. All right, let's go. Go to the counter. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the same drill. Raining again. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so we're at day 5. So yeah, what little bit of time Dory and anybody else that may have like popped in that I was talking, I'll be repeating myself for those of you that are still watching. This is basically boba tea shop up one side and down the other. It's basically that. Just ice cream themed. And boba tea shop, I think, only went through like 5 or 6 days. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm not going to get a phone call because I guess maybe they're not going to make it any more complicated. The milkshakes are the most complicated part, just because it's so many steps. Coffee is weirdly almost as easy as the regular ice cream cups. Okay, she's back with her daughter. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I've heard of the shawarma one. If Queso or possibly King Wools has played it, that may be it, because I know they like a lot of the anomaly stuff too. Hello, good evening. I would like a cotton candy ice cream and a tutti frutti ice cream, please. Yeah, okay, I thought that was maybe where I've seen it. Okay, I'll check it out later. Thank you. Alright, so they said cotton candy, tutti frutti. And I'm guessing just the cups. Okay, cotton candy. Again, not big on the cotton candy ice cream. Okay. Cotton candy and tutti frutti. All right, tutti frutti. Let's go. Get a spoon. And there you go. All right. Thanks. You better tell your daughter not to leave any ice cream. Okay. Oh, good. It's Agent 407. Because he's old. Okay. Good evening. Can I have a vanilla ice cream cone? Sure. Soft vanilla. Awesome. Okay. Cone. Vanilla's far left. All right. Spoon. There you go. Thanks. All right. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oh, our friend that kind of gave the indication that she worked street corners. Because I don't want to come out and say it. Hey girl, can I have a strawberry ice cream and a coffee, please? Last night was exhausting. Don't even ask me what the customer ordered. Ick. Sorry. Strawberry ice cream and a coffee. Okay, strawberry ice cream and a coffee. Plain and simple. Pretty easy. Strawberry, a spoon, and a coffee. Again, I'm glad that the coffee is a lot easier to do in this versus boba tea shop. All right, here you go. Thank you, my angel. Take care, okay? See you later. Okay. Get out. Almost afraid to pick up this money. I may need to disinfect it. Okay. Oh boy, here comes Squeeze Toothpaste Man. And his... Yeah, I thought it was on point, yeah. This is, I don't know if who was on here for this part, because I think this was right around when the thunderstorm kicked me out. This is the guy that talked about his nipples. He talked about his nipples. Yeah. Hi, can I have a mint milkshake, please? What? Are you okay? You seem scared. Your nipples are horrifying. And that weird dude that was right behind you. What did he order? That threw me. Mint milkshake. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Boom. Ah, every time we switch. Excuse me, every time we switch days. Alright, yeah, let me put the milk down. Put that down. Okay. Gotta mix it. Yeah, where we keep seeing these shadowy figures that have bright eyes that keep showing up. I'm sure that'll probably come into play later. Boba Tea Shop had... You kept seeing figures that looked... If I remember right, you kept seeing a figure that looked like your character. But more like twisted. There was something off. And it was like you couldn't look at it too long because it would drive you crazy. Thanks. But here we get these weird, bright-eyed, shadowy figures. Yeah, that wasn't odd. Okay. Ah, the little couple's back. Couple dude's got the big shoulders. Hey, miss, could you get me a strawberry ice cream with chocolate sauce and a coffee, please? It's going to be a long night. I'm sure it will. Shoulder man. All right. Strawberry ice cream with chocolate syrup. Okay. Let me do the coffee, because coffee is the easiest thing. Let me go ahead and tackle that. Boom. Here's your coffee. Strawberry with chocolate syrup. Boom. Let's do it. All right. Chocolate. Yes, sir. Spoon. Kobe. Thanks. Thank you. Oh, this lady. I dubbed the fart lady. That's what I call her. Hi. Hi, can I have a strawberry ice cream with caramel sauce? Sure. Strawberry ice cream? Okay, so she doesn't want the soft... Well, soft serve I don't think has strawberry, so that was stupid. Strawberry with caramel. I don't like that flavor combination. I really don't like that flavor combination. I don't know. Maybe other people might like that, but thinking of caramel and strawberry is odd to me. Thanks. All right. Yeah, that's not weird. Okay. That night was overall not too bad, other than the weird bright-eyed character. Okay, more ice cream puddles. Yeah, let me get on that. I'm such a dutiful worker. Going and cleaning up all these random messes. Okay. Did I just hear... I sound like somebody hitting on glass. Was my brain playing tricks on me? Could be. Let's check the bathroom. Okay, no random messes in there, I guess. Ah, get in there. Clock out. Let's go. I'm such a good worker. I always shut the doors. I am the best worker. Well, I don't shut that door, but you know. I'll leave the front door open. Day 6. We should be nearing the end of this, I think. Maybe. This stream might go on a little bit longer than I was counting on, but it's not a big deal. Sounds like maybe outside the storm has finally passed over. At least maybe it was a fast-moving one. Like, I love storms and everything, and sometimes I'm one of those stupid people that I'll play I'll play video games and stuff during storms. Okay, no added stuff. But might not be a good idea for Twitch streams. Yeah, okay. I guess. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, if you're in Greensboro, yep. Chances are, because where I'm at right now, where I live is down the highway, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes from Greensboro. Greensboro is where I work now. That's where I'm at. Circuit breaker in the kitchen. So yeah, compared to working at ER, I have a lot shorter of a drive. When I was first working at ER, I had to drive about an hour or so, a little bit more than that. And then when I moved in 2020, I think it was 2020, it cut it down to about 40 minutes or so. I'll just leave that door open. About 40 minutes. Now my drive to work, my commute is about maybe 15, 20 minutes. Not too bad.
Hey, lady, can I have a cookie ice cream, please?
And he's on the screen. He's on the screen. What you smiling at? He's like, sleep paralysis demon. I just like look over. I'm like, what's up, bro? All right. So she wanted cookies and cookies and cream ice cream. That's there. Let's get that spoon.
Thank you. I'm glad you're still okay. What happened to the last woman is outrageous. After that, the atmosphere here was never the same. But anyway, see you later.
Thanks for sharing that with me. Okay, bye. Can I help you? If you're gonna stand there, order something, bro. All right. Oh, good. It's horse teeth. Okay. And the other dude that flirts with me.
Hey, cutie, did you miss me? There's still some time to agree to go out with me. What do you say? Okay, that's fine. Could I have a coffee, please?
Sure, you can. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, because I always forget to do it, because I have a feeling, even though this isn't. Tell you what, let me do it like this. Hold on, because the milkshake stuff is like right here. I don't like that either. Hold on. I know I'm like prepping. I feel like, because this. Okay, because that guy, I feel like, is going to come in here, and it's like I want to be a little bit better prepared. I was like, I can't shake it. If this is Boba Tea Shop, if I can't shake that feeling that it's going to do the same thing that Boba Tea Shop did, I feel like. You are different now. But here you go. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, he's back to inspect, maybe. No ice cream? I guess not. You got some people that are coming in and getting coffee. Hi, ma'am. Don't worry. I'm not here for work this time. I just want a vanilla ice cream cone, please. Okay. He wants the soft vanilla. Thank you for being specific. How much you want to bet me? I'm going to turn around and he's going to be shadow dude again. Let's see. Yeah! Okay, I was wrong. My bad. Thanks. I mean, again, yeah, I love the look of this and everything. It looks great for a game like this, and the feel of it. But it's I played it before. I feel like it's old Jeffrey Combs / Herbert West.
Hi, good evening. Today, I'm going to try something different. Could you make me a strawberry cheesecake milkshake, please?
You sound like my wife. She loves her cheesecake stuff. Uh, yeah, I'm glad you do, and I'm glad others do too. I love the vibe of it. I do not really like cheesecake. Just not a fan of cheesecake. I don't like my ice cream to have a tang to it, and I don't like my cake to have a tang to it. Maybe I'm weird, and that would be fair. That would be fair. I've been able to eat like hold on. I've been able to eat like cheese, some of the types of cheesecake they have at like Cheesecake Factory before. If it's like got a lot of chocolate in it or something, where the cheesecake is very minimal. But if it's just like straight tangy cheese, no thank you. I'm not a fan. Maybe I'm weird. Again, I am weird. Just on the on the normal. But straw. There you go. Thanks. All right, I'm waiting on something else weird. Any more weird stuff gonna happen? Hello, I'm just a lonely college girl named Jessica serving ice cream and coffee. Any more weird stuff? Okay. What's up, Agent 407? Hi, good evening. I need 3 cups of coffee, please. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Almost sounds like he's going to give himself a coronary. He's probably one of those. He's like, I need to sleep, or I don't need to sleep, or I'll die. He's got to stay awake so he can see death coming. I don't blame him. And his last cup of coffee. Oh boy, here it comes. Here's your last one. There you go. Thanks. Ooh, we got a lot of money. Alright. Alright, spooky stuff, come get me. I'm ready for you. Good lord. Okay. Turn off the sign. And I love that. I didn't really see that before. At least it seems like there's less in the vein of ice cream messes. But finally, we have somebody go back in here in the bathroom and just erupt ice cream everywhere. Like a weird, gross, soft serve volcano or something. Good lord. Alright. And again, I'm going to check the bathroom again. Because I'm just always waiting. Aha! And I can't get to it. That's not ice cream. An autopsy game. What's it called? I might would look into something like that. Because I know there's been like a few autopsy related games on Steam and the like. Clock out. Yeah, let me go ahead and clock out. Just autopsy simulator. Okay. I know there've been like a lot of these goofy simulators that like are bad on purpose. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's more horror oriented. I'm not sure if that one would possibly have some of the humor stuff in it because I know games like Cooking Simulator, Crime Scene Simulator. Some of those have like really goofy aspects to them. But I'll have to make note and look into that one. Day 7. I might do that one at some point. I've kind of wanted to try some VR games. My wife has said a number of times she'd like for me to try, but I've just always been kind of hesitant with VR stuff because of the vertigo and motion sickness. Well, that, and I haven't really had a lot of the money to throw into buying like a VR headset and everything. Okay, yeah, that does sound kind of up my alley. That would be kind of cool. I always really liked I always really liked like adventure games and stuff growing up, and anything that was like related to crimes, having to solve mysteries, having to figure things out, that kind of thing. I do like that. Okay, so it's not one of the goofy ones. Okay, yeah, I may have to look into that one. Oh boy. Hi Jessica, I know it's Sunday and you've worked hard all week, but here at the Sweet Spot, we work every day because we love what we do, right? Well then, have a good day at work. That toxic positivity, man, I cannot stand that. I can't stand. That's worse than negativity at a job, in my opinion. The people that are overly positive for no reason, where they make it seem like they're brainwashed or in a cult. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll look up some stuff. Probably because my wife watches a lot of like these different streams and finds a lot of these different games and stuff. She'll probably already know about it. Yeah, we definitely feel the same way. We are in boba tea shop territory, kids. Yep. No, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. God, I hate time limit stuff. I hate this. I hate this. A mint milkshake, a vanilla ice cream cone, and a coffee. You have 2 minutes. Yeah, I have a feeling we're at the end. This feels like a final gauntlet sort of thing. Mint milkshake, vanilla ice cream cone, and a coffee. All right, let's do the coffee first. That's the easy one. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. Because I know it's going to do multiple ones, I bet. Okay. Soft vanilla ice cream. Please don't let me screw this up. I really don't want to screw this up. Okay. Mint ice cream. Whoop. No, 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 no. And of course, I should have done this before. Tell you what. I should have done prep work. This is what happens when you're not really thinking. Okay. And that, I'm just going to go ahead and set this to the side. Okay. So this. Yeah, I know. I'm getting to it. I'm trying. Trust me. It'll get worse, I'm sure. I should have prepped, though. I should have prepped. I'm not ready. Okay. Oh, God. Look at the big dude over here on the left. This dude's huge. Great. Now I want a cereal milkshake, a chocolate cone, and another coffee. Your new goal is 90 seconds. Okay. Here we go. Coffee. Boom, boom, boom. I need to check the chocolate thing, though. Boom, boom. Oh, my God. Okay, soft chocolate. That's fine. I can do this. I can do this. So, if it'll do that. Oh, God. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom. Boom. Okay, he says cereal. The cereal one is that weird one that no one ever orders. Milk. Boom. All right, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom. Boom. Okay. Woo! Okay, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is terrible. I don't like this. Oh, God, I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay. Straw. Boom. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Coffee, chocolate cone, tutti frutti. All right. Got to get, like, all limbered up for this. All right, so the coffee first. All right, coffee, chocolate cone, tutti frutti. All right. Sorry, guys. My chat always weirdly feels like it's going out. Okay. Ah. Okay. Boom. Boom. I'll read the chat in a second. I saw like stuff come up, and I'm sorry I can't answer yet. Okay. So it said soft chocolate. Okay, soft chocolate. Boom. 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 Okay, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck so hard. Okay. Boom. Tutti Frutti milkshake. Tutti Frutti milkshake. Where is the Tutti Frutti? Boom, boom. Okay. Ah! Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. All right. Boom. Boom. Hurry up. Come on. Come on. This is going to be down to the wire. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. This. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Pick it up. I was really thinking that was going to be the last. Oh! Oh, no. Strawberry cheesecake milkshake, a swirl ice cream cone, and another vanilla ice cream cone. Dude, 45 seconds isn't enough, man. That is not enough. That is not enough. Okay. Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Okay. And it's like it won't do the stuff fast enough. This isn't going to do it. Okay. Yep, I'm not. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to make it. There's no way. No! Dang it! This isn't going to work. It's not going to work. Oh, God. No, there's no way. 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 You know what? Yep. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. How do you do that in 45 seconds? How? You are kidding me. Yeah, games with time limits. I hate that. I hate that. Yeah, no, I'm not sitting through that. Hold on a minute. I really don't like that it doesn't give you the chance. Thanks for playing. I don't know, Gabriel. Wasn't bad up until that last point. No, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, wait a minute. Dude. Dude, no way. No. That's not fair. That is not fair. I mean, let me put it this way. It's I grew up with like old video games. Excuse me. With old video games where, you know, you'd get like 3 lives, you screwed up, you were done. You were done, right? And it's that culture that you've heard over the last number of years with like people that play Dark Souls and stuff where they're like, get good, bro. Yeah, okay. But when you got games like this that are meant to be kind of a bit more relaxing, that's just psychotic. But I'm going to try something here. I don't know if it'll let me. I'm going to try something here. What was that last order? Wasn't it soft serve vanilla? It was soft serve vanilla, right? Oh, that... Okay. That's not fair. That is not fair. Okay, well... One thing I know was that the boba tea shop stuff... The boba tea shop stuff, if you screw up toward the end, you can actually pre-make your stuff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and actually make some coffees. I'm trying to remember some of these orders. I don't care if it's cheating. That 45 seconds with that last thing was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Oh, come on. You know what? We're going to do this. You guys are going to cheat with me. You're cheating with me. And that is fine. The only things that I'm not really going to be able to make... what am I doing? The only things I'm not going to be able to really make are the ice cream cones. But the last thing that they said, and this should not change, right, was a strawberry milkshake. Wasn't that what it said? I think that's what it said. I did okay with the first three, but that fourth one, man, that was not fair. And I'll tell you, I'll put it to you like this. If I do this, and they magically change this stuff, or it does something where it takes away what I've created, where I have to do it again, we just go quit. We just go quit. Yes, we are. We go quit. I don't care. Because I got another game I really want to go through first. All right, guys, hold on. Chat just keeps doing that. Oh, welcome. Yeah, this game's been okay so far, at least until the end. The end's been a little bit questionable, but... What was that third milkshake, by the way? What was the third one that they did? I know there was a cereal one. I know there was a cereal one. Tell you what. We're going to go ahead and get some of these pre-made, but like I said, if it does that again, I'm just going to go on to the next thing and just be done with this. Because, like, this isn't a bad game, but when they do that, that's too much. Oh, yeah. Do I stream daily? No, I do not. I may stream later this week. I'm getting ready to go back to work. I'm a high school teacher, so I'll have to kind of figure out my schedule once I go back to work. I did not mean to do that. Okay. However, if you want to, give me a follow and keep up with when I'll do stuff. I don't typically schedule just because of how my schedule's been. I don't schedule when I stream, but I may do so coming up. I'm looking maybe at mainly like on Fridays or Saturdays of every week. Okay, so yeah, fairly new. This is my 5th stream so far. Okay. I know this is probably not going to work the way I want it. But we're going to try it. And yeah, again, I know I cheated. But sometimes you got to cheat the system. What subject do I teach? I am a high school English teacher. Predominantly seniors, predominantly 12th grade. You know what? I'm not reading all that again. They're just being all toxic and positive. We're going to go ahead and try and finish this up so I can get to the other game. Hopefully. Yes. Thus the gauntlet begins. Or will begin. Yep. Hey, buddy. A mint milkshake, vanilla ice cream cone, and a coffee. You have 2 minutes. Oh, look at that. Pre-made coffee. He said vanilla ice cream cone, soft vanilla. I did not do that. Soft vanilla. All right, so we're gonna try to do this. We're gonna try to do this and get this right. And what was it? Mint milkshake. Okay, so, oh no, this may not really. No, are you serious? I mean, at least I've got a little bit of extra time to work with. But this is what I'm talking about. This is when, like, games like this starts. You start to see the wheels come off a little bit. And I'm not trying to be overly critical. I know this is an indie game, and that comes with the territory. Oh jeez. Please don't fall over. If you fall over, I will be very upset. Please don't fall over. Okay. Put that back. Yeah, I know. I'm not like speeding because I'm not speeding. Cereal milkshake, a chocolate cone, and another coffee. Your new goal is 90 seconds. So cereal, chocolate. Okay. So you got your coffee. You got your cereal milkshake that's been sitting there for a while. And you've got your soft chocolate ice cream cone. Soft chocolate. I'm not going to stress on this because I at least have the strawberry cheesecake milkshake. Okay. You want another chocolate cone and a Tutti Frutti? Okay. I got you, boy. I should have done a third coffee. I forgot there was a third coffee. For some reason, I was just thinking there were two. But I can do this. I can do this. All right. So, soft chocolate ice cream. Soft chocolate. Okay. Where is the Tutti Frutti? Okay, now we're starting to get... Okay, I know. I'm running low on time now. Now I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Oh, God, I'm cutting it close. Oh, you have got to be kidding. Because it... You know what? No. No. I'm not doing this. Well, yeah, I'd rather not share, but yeah, I do. I teach in North Carolina, I'll tell you that. What do I do besides streaming? I mean, if you're meaning... Yeah, no. I'm just going to back out of this because... Well, no. Tell you what, because I'm not a quitter, I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these done. What do I do besides streaming? If you mean other than teaching, I write. I'm a writer. I do artwork. I do content creation like YouTube, things like that. I don't do YouTube as frequently as I would like, but I do it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and have 3 coffees. I'm trying to remember some of these things now. Okay, so there's 1 coffee. So there was a Tutti Frutti milkshake. I'm going to have that one done too. I'm going to be like armed to the teeth this time. We're going all Rambo style. I'm not doing this trying to rush and panic. Because obviously, I'm not doing so hot. You have got to be kidding. I'm going to get to this other game, and it better not be as stressful as this, because if it is, I'm going to be upset. Okay, so if I can just at least have the... Okay, so mint was 1, right? Mint was 1. If I can at least have the milkshakes and everything done, then that's super. If all I've got to make are the ice cream cones, that's cool. That's what I'll do. All right, so we're going to have a mint. Okay, now let's make the mint one. There's Tutti Frutti, there's cereal, and there's strawberry cheesecake. I'm going to have all 3 of these suckers. set up. Because we ain't doing this, child. We ain't doing this. No, sir. No. Not doing this. All right. So, mint milkshake. Yes, mint milkshake. Now, let's do the Tutti Frutti. Not necessarily like trying to do them in order, but you know. Okay. Get that in there. Get that in there. And I guess other than streaming right now, I'm learning how to do ice cream and milkshakes. Oh, God. All right. Yep. Do this. Sorry, Chad. I'm like really determined now to get this done. I was about to give up, but for the sake of completion, we are going to do this, and we're going to be as underhanded. Are you serious right now? You know what? No, don't I just put them in the trash can? Okay, Tutti Frutti. Boom, boom. There we go. No, wait, not Tutti Frutti. God. Okay. In case you can't tell, my brain's already kind of fried at this point. Oops. All right, cereal. Cereal. Milk. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, see, this is that thing. This is that BS. Okay. Ooh. All right. And then after this, we got one more milkshake. So then all I really got to worry about are the ice cream cones. And that is it, y'all. Then lastly, strawberry cheesecake, right? Strawberry cheesecake. I hope that was right. Hold on, guys. Stream is, or not stream, but the chat's being a little bit. Am I playing any other games? I will today. I plan on playing one more after this one. I've mainly been doing like indie horror and stuff like that as of late. Do I like anime? I like anime. It depends on what it is. Like, I like anime that at least has like an ending. Some of these that go on like way too long, like One Piece, I'm not as big on, like where they feel like they drag. I would say I like, I did like Dragon Ball Z, but I felt like it went on, or Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but it went on way too long. It got to the point where it was just going way too long. But I like Cowboy Bebop. That's one that I've always liked. Yu Yu Hakusho I enjoyed. I've liked the Guyver Bio Boosted Armor was one that I always enjoyed because I like the American movies that they made of those that weren't like anime oriented. I think that'll be okay. And probably one of my favorites though is like I love the movie Akira. That one's one of my favorites, as gruesome as it is, because I love the animation and everything. And I know the story doesn't follow the manga, but I do like the story of the movie overall. Okay, yes, answer the phone. Don't care, because we've already seen what they said before. Toxic boss. All right. So let's hopefully finish this. I hope I don't screw anything up. I've got 3 coffees ready to go. I've got the 4 milkshakes ready to go. All I've got to worry about is the soft serve ice cream. We're going to do this, chat. All right? We're going to do this. Let's do this. What is up, brother? Vanilla ice cream cone and a coffee. Okay, so let me do the soft serve vanilla ice cream. And then I'll grab his other 2 items. Okay. Boom. Here you go. Here's your coffee. Here you go. What was the other? It was the mint milkshake. Okay, this one. Boom. And I hate that you have to aim directly at the guy in the middle. Cereal milkshake, chocolate cone, and another coffee. So, chocolate cone. Okay. Chocolate cone. Chocolate cone. Another coffee. It's almost like I was ready for you. Cereal milkshake. Tutti Frutti, another chocolate cone, and another coffee. Okay, so yep, soft serve again. It's like I'm so paranoid. I feel like I have to check. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna get you this time. Coffee. And they said what? The Tutti Frutti milkshake, right? Tutti Frutti. That is right here. Strawberry cheesecake, swirl ice cream cone, and another vanilla. Swirl, vanilla, let's go. All right. Jeez, I hate how finicky this stuff is. But we're going to be good. We're going to be good. We got this, chat. We got this. We got this. All right, vanilla. We got this. Don't you worry none. We got this. We got this. You stupid. Ah! Yes! Ha! My OC. Not sure what you mean by that. What OC? So really, I didn't even have... Okay, now this is upsetting me. I didn't even have to go through all that trouble to finish it. It's the same ending. Okay. Okay. Alright, guys, we're going to skip through this again. I'm not going through that again. Yeah, me too. So I don't know what you guys think about this one. YouTube too. Once I put this on YouTube, had a decent premise. The gameplay was overall fine. The look to it was fine, but the ending was nothing. Boba Tea Shop has a one-up. On this where it gives you an ending that actually works and is conclusive. It's not just, oh look, here's a spooky face. It actually does some stuff that's like really messed up, but was cool. The ending, not great. And I'm not a fan of the fact that they basically just copied Boba Tea Shop. I'm not a fan of that. So, I don't know. If I had to give, like, anything to this, I would have to give... Let's say on, like, a scale of 0 to 10, I'd have to give this maybe, like, a 5. The ending just really, really annoyed me. That really annoyed me. Good ideas and everything there, but just make up your own stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the next one. Make let's see, another banner and the like. Technically, I could do that. I honestly, when I mentioned before that I did like artwork and the like, I have a project that I plan to work on for writing and the like. I'm in the middle of setting up a novel that I want to do. But I have a writing project that I've tinkered with for the last few years that I originally wanted to make into like a comic book or a manga. And I went with more Japanese inspired artwork before, but I've done like more of a hybrid of that along with realism. I thought about maybe using some of those characters, or I could use those characters for something. It's like a cyberpunk supernatural sort of thing where it has like obviously sci-fi sorts of stuff and things like that, but it also has like horror, like angels, demons, monsters, all sorts of stuff. It's got a lot of things in it like the kitchen sink and everything, but and I may talk about that down the line. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You can, and if you want to, if you would like to, you can follow me here on Twitch if you'd like. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the next one. That sweet spot, sweet spot didn't work for me fully. It was okay. So we're gonna try another one that's been really popular. It's one entitled "Flash and Die." Okay, whoop. So let's get the description of this, and hopefully this one won't go on quite as long. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's read the description. You've been hired by a real estate agency to photograph their listings at night, giving them a unique look online. Grab your camera, explore dark, quiet homes, and capture every truth shot, every required shot. Sorry, I can't read today. Every required shot before the property notices you. Uncover the truth. Why do these listings need to be photographed at night? Good question. Now, before I jump in, just 1 second. I didn't even have to do that. Sorry. Let me get something set up real fast on Twitch. 1 second. All right, transition, moving on, boom, there we go. All righty, so let's go ahead and jump into this one, shall we? This one I've heard some good things about, and this one compared to Sweet Spot, you can see here has like better reviews overall. So let's see what happens. All right, so photography based. This one I feel like might have more of like an anomaly feel to it. Atmopixel is really well known, I know, on like Itch and the like. Again, this is a developer my wife has told me about before, because she'll call out these names of these different people, and I'm like, who? You know. But I've played a couple of games I think by them before that have been decent, or I've at least seen videos. This one sounds really interesting. All right, so VSync, we're already set. I'll leave the bobbing. We'll see how the sensitivity feels. But let's go ahead and go into this one. All right, so Flash and Die. I already like the music. Oh, okay, so we have a tutorial. Listing number 1. Remote trailer. Asheville outskirts. Asheville? Aerith. I don't know if that's a real place, but okay. Built in 2001, it is a compact trailer home, and it includes 1 living area with a kitchen, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, outdoor parking. The asking price is $84,900. Sad part of this already is you can tell, again, well, you see a lot of games now that like kind of touch on the economy. You see the price of this, it would, years ago, 10 years ago, it would have been maybe, I would say, looking at that, maybe 40 to 50 grand tops. I can't wait to see some of the prices of these other things, because I'm sure we'll go into like bigger houses. All right, let's see how this works. Should be interesting. Oh, okay. 2 years ago, I dropped out of high school because my business was doing better than I ever imagined. That must be nice. For a while, I thought I made it. Then everything fell apart. Aw. Oof. Oof. Yeah, looks like you fell off. Ah, answer the call. Okay.
Hey man, I think I just found us a chill little side job.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Some real estate agency needs people to take night photos of their listings.
Night photos? That's unusual. Yeah. Who? That is the one weird side. I had family that worked in insurance and things like that, and when they would ever, if they ever had to, they typically would go and take pictures if they had to, like for insurance claims and like houses, properties, and never at nighttime. That's weird. That is weird.
Yeah, they said it's to make the listings look a little more unique.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so it looks all warm and lit up.
Exactly. Cozy lights, quiet streets, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, okay. Sounds easy enough. Do they pay per listing?
Yeah, pretty decent rate too.
All right, count me in. I mean, the idea sounds kind of cool, but at the same time, TotallySafeHomes.com. We promise. Sure. Okay. Read the documents. Ooh, yeah. Hold on a minute, chat. I don't. The sensitivity is. Yeah. Do I need to like turn it down a little bit lower? Let's see. Let's see. Is that better? Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Read the documents. Okay. Welcome to the team. Hi there. Thanks for helping with this job. Your task is simple. Capture all required photos from the provided shot list. Kobe said you should already have the front door key. Good luck. John, TotallySafeHomes.com. We're totally safe. Totally. Camera user manual. Thank you for purchasing our camera F120. Before operating the camera, familiarize yourself with the default configuration. Capture photo, equip unequipped camera. Okay, so open gallery and I hate when they make you use the wheel for zoom on your mouse because mine's always a little finicky. Okay, so I could change that in settings, but I'll try and follow it best I can. Okay, okay, so ooh. I mean, yeah, let's get an angle on this sucker. Yes, sir. Sweet. Nice photo. You can complete the remaining shots in any order. Okay. Okay, so we've got... Yeah, I already kind of like this. You've got like a list of things you got to go take pictures of. I'm not like a photographer by any stretch. I love the people that always act like they're photographers because they've got a camera and they know how to mess with like settings. I was never that person, but I did here and there like to take, you know, just photos of different things. This seems somewhat soothing, but I know it's probably okay. I love that. I've got to clean up. This seems pretty relaxing. I'm sure it's going to get worse though. So get rid of the trash. Okay. Aha, you got to get everything, got to angle everything right. Welcome, Cath Monster. Then thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. And no, I haven't sent a request. I'll do so. I'll do so when I can. Okay. Let's take a picture of this. Okay. Let me look. Oh, okay, so I can actually go back and look. Whoa. Whoops. Go back and look at my pictures. Okay. That's cool. Well, no, I don't want to delete anything. Okay. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to these controls. All right, the bedroom. This is the bedroom? Well, that's a cozy little bedroom. This is the perfect place for like a one-person thing. Like if I were a bachelor, if I were, you know, not married and it wasn't me and my wife, something like this would be okay with me. I'm basic. Am I an artist? Yes, I am. So a self-taught artist. Mainly, I do like portraits, character art, that sort of thing. I've done a few things over time. If you want to see some of my artwork, I think I only have a link to my Instagram on Twitch. That's my personal Instagram. I don't know if I have a link to my art page, but if you go to my personal Instagram, there's like a link at the top that'll tell you my artistic one if you want to see some of my artwork. I haven't done a lot of artwork recently. I haven't really had time. Bathroom. Okay. All right, so we got to get all these. Not a bad little shower, like especially for a small trailer. Not too bad. Okay. Yeah, They wouldn't have this gallery thing here if there wasn't a reason. Right? Okay, nothing out of the ordinary so far. And lastly, outdoor seating. Wait a minute. This is odd. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Little picnic table. Excuse me. I've been drinking Mountain Dew, and it's like kind of coming back on me. They got like a little fire pit. I don't know if that's like a straightforward Southern tradition, but I generally hear about fire pits more here in the South than anywhere else. All right, let's get a picture of that. Outdoor seating. That's it. Okay. Okay. The one part of this that would make me say nah, if I were a single bachelor on the prowl, I want plumbing. No way am I gonna have an outhouse. No way. No way. Nope. Sorry, I have to have a little bit of civilization. That's where I draw the line, is plumbing. I better have an outhouse. Nice work. The next listing won't be this easy. That sounds like a threat. Okay. Ooh! Listing number 2, 66 Ironbark Avenue. Ironbark. Yeah, we remember that one, don't we? Virebrook Air. Where is Aerith? Is that a real place? I don't know. Okay. Built in 1994. That's an old house now. 2-story family home with carport. Yep, there's a little carport. Includes 2 floors, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a carport. Asking price $309,000 or $309,750. Nah, man. Because I guarantee, and this is where I'm going to sound like an old man, sound like an adult, right? 1994, I doubt it has had any work done to it. If there's been no renovation or anything, you can cut 150 grand off of that, in my opinion. Maybe not 150. That's me being cheap. I could maybe see 180 to 200,000. I'm not going to do this for every house, but some of these that are like more, nah. I know if I could stream every day, I would. Trust me. Like, when I was first looking into doing this, I had like a little bit of, I'll go ahead and go in. I had a little bit of reservation about going in and doing it because I wasn't sure how I would feel about doing it. But I haven't minded everything so far. I don't know if I could do it every day, like from the get go. But if I could make enough money to where I didn't have to work or whatever, I'd do it every day. I might not do like 3 and 4 hour streams every day, but I'd do like little stuff. I'd have no problem with it. Hi there. Kobe said you're moving on to another listing. Glad to hear it. Looking forward to seeing the full set of photos when you're done. Oh, and one more thing. Check your photos in the gallery now and then. Sometimes they don't look quite the way you remember taking them. Good luck. Okay. Yeah, this sounds like an anomaly-based thing. Yeah, streaming is really not that bad of a thing as long as you have something of a personality. Like, I guess. Which is funny because I know... Yeah, Queso, I know streams every day. It's like, I could possibly do that. Maybe, but I'd have to, like, strengthen myself up for it. But no, like, I know I've had a lot of, as a teacher, I've had a lot of students who are always like, you know, Mr. Owen doesn't have a personality. He's very quiet, keeps to himself, and he's very strict and just seems very standoffish. And it's like, yeah, you have to be. Like, I've always had to be in education, but it's like, I can be, if you get to know me or see me in more of a natural environment where I don't feel overstimulated or stressed, I'm more overall laid back. I mean, I can be moody. My wife will freely attest to the fact that I'm a moody human being. That I can kind of go back and forth, depending on how I feel, whatever else. But you know, I feel like I can do streaming all right. I mean, maybe. Yeah, some of them were. There were quite a lot. That goes with the territory of education. That's just how it is. My favorite ones are the ones that always try to rage bait now because they think it's like the cool thing to do and think it's fun. And I just think it's like, if you like to rage bait people, you're just a sociopath. There's no, maybe that's a overly harsh way of saying it, but if that's like what you like to do all the time, like get a hobby, start streaming, you know? Okay, nothing weird yet. Nothing weird yet. And I don't know, I was always one, and part of this is just how it was for me growing up too. I felt like in certain circles, until you really got to know people, if you were, oh, something else I need to clean. If you were showing who you really were all the time, you sort of invited trouble. So it's like I get to know people first. Because my wife will tell you that I was pretty open and everything a lot in the beginning, but I was one that it took a little bit. It took some work. And that wasn't like I feel like I'm above other people or anything. It was just I'm very reserved, depending on my company. Best way I can put it. It's like, yeah, you don't lay all your cards out on the table from the very beginning. I feel like that's something too that a lot of people are, they're a bit too upfront with that sort of thing today. Yep, yeah, I agree with you. That's how I am. I don't like big groups of friends. That was weird. Did we just see that go by the window? Yeah, cool. Did my camera pick up anything though? Of course it did. Okay. All right, so entryway. What entryway are we talking about here? We're talking about like right here at the front. Aha. Okay. All right, painting and dresser. Yeah. I mean, I'll post, obviously, I'll post like a lot of different stuff, but most of my stuff is the typical, hey, look at something I've cooked. Hey, look at something I'm working on. Hey, look at this stupid picture I took of myself. And that's why, like, when I've never been happy with my appearance very much, which is kind of funny that I'm doing stuff online where I have to show my face. Well, I mean, I know I don't have to, but I'm just choosing to because who cares? But that's one thing, like when I take pictures of myself, I try and do like different expressions. I can't stand, and maybe I'm being overly critical, but it's just me. I don't like when people take pictures of themselves and it's the same expression all the time. Like, just take risks. Be unique. Some people just always do the same faces, and it's weird. It's weird to me. Oh, well, yeah. No, okay. You're talking like the live streamers, the ones, yeah, who are like a day in my life vloggers, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, nah. Like, I'll stream. I'll stream me playing games like this. Like, this is fun to me. And I don't mind talking while I'm doing this stuff. But the people, and I know there's like people on Twitch, Kick, whatever other groups there are. I know Kick is kind of like, it doesn't have a really good reputation. And I understand why. The ones that like stream their entire day and they'll stream themselves sleeping, like, who wants to watch someone sleep? I don't know. That's where we get really weird, in my opinion. Yeah, their first thing is to, hey, check out all this stuff I'm doing with my day. Follow me around for a day. No, I'm boring, man. I'm boring. Hello, weird face. There you are. Yeah, I saw you. You didn't scare me. You don't scare me, weird random person. Up on the second floor of this house. What was that noise? What am I hearing? Haha, that's cool. Little fire truck. Stop. Let me guess. Am I gonna have to clean anything in here up? Because this is like a kid's room, child's room. Yeah. I don't know. I question a lot of that stuff. It's like I don't get why people do it, but I mean, yeah, if they want to, that's fine. If you like that sort of thing, enjoy. I'll be doing other stuff. Thank you. Okay, where's the bathroom? I checked this one. Okay, there's that bathroom. I am not accustomed to hitting the E key on the keyboard to do stuff. I'm accustomed to just clicking my mouse. Where's the other bathroom? Hold on. Sorry. Where is the other... Is it here? It's probably this. Wow. Let me guess. Yeah, I knew. I figured I'd have to clean stuff up. I mean, this isn't like a really messed up house or whatever. Like, I've seen some rough stuff before in houses. My grandfather, for a number of years, alongside his brother and his sister, his brother's also passed away like he is. Sister's still around. They owned rental properties. So like a few small rental properties that they bought. Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, they bought it alongside my great-grandfather, their dad. And they had them in the family for a number of years. Well, my grandpa was the one that had to take care of them because he typically got stuck with a lot of the extras, labor. And I remember going with him a lot as a kid to help him clean up some of these properties when they were not being rented, when someone had moved out or whatever. And you would just find all sorts of just gross stuff. Like people are disgusting, or can be. Something about this place felt off. I wonder what it was. Unknown photos. Okay, that was the one of the weird random old face. And I should have checked the other ones. Oh well. Probably the worst one was one that a bunch of squatters had moved into the house. And obviously, because no one was living in it, my grandfather had cut off the water, cut off the plumbing. So I remember going with him one day. This was, I think, it was like right toward the end of, it was near the end of me being in high school, if I remember correctly. And long story short, went in the main living room, and there was not only like a fire pit where they had built like a fire to keep warm, but they were doing their business, urinating, defecating in the corner of the room. In the corner. Not burying it, not doing it outside, in the corner of the house. Yeah. Needless to say, I didn't get my hands dirty on that one. Nope. 17 Brindle Forge Way, Corlin, Erith. Built in 1978. Okay, this is an older house, probably built of sturdy stuff. Renovated in 2011. Now that makes me sort of happy, but still. 2-story family home with a basement, garage, and pool. 2 floors and a basement. Bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double garage. Oh yeah, big garage. Almost $350K. I don't know what's happened with the housing market, man. It is rough. It is rough. I feel bad for Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Yeah, it was disgusting. Trust me. But I've seen some other stuff too, like black mold in places where people, and it wasn't like my grandfather wasn't keeping the stuff up or anything like that. It was like where just people would just get stuff wet, not tell him, because as a landlord he couldn't inspect them. He couldn't go on the property without consent, that kind of thing. We would just find all sorts of stuff, just dog and cat excrement, things being destroyed, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I feel bad for Gen Z, Gen Alpha when it comes to things like this with the housing market. I don't understand how people were able to afford anything. Like, even my generation, it's like I include myself, millennial, in the pity department. Like, it's bad. It's so bad. It's this disturbing how bad it is. People don't care. The rich don't care. That's why today, like, I used to love celebrities, like Hollywood celebrities, right? Growing up, I wanted to work in Hollywood when I was younger. Had aspirations to do it, and obviously never. I was too afraid to get into that sort of thing. And I made choices that I shouldn't have, like namely where I went to high school and everything. I wish I had actually went to the School of the Arts, or something that was more of an artistic area, but I just didn't. But point is, I just in our society now, like I find these rich people so out of touch and just awful. They're awful human beings. And I have no respect for them anymore. And I just don't understand idol worship anymore. Like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, anybody that might fit in those categories that may end up watching this, like you guys don't have people to look up to. And the sad part is the ones you look up to are narcissistic sociopaths. A lot of them. They're just not great. It's sad. Yeah, no, that's a smart thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. My wife and I have said before that basically having like a tiny home, like other people will look at it probably and go, you know, ew, it's not anything or whatever, but it's like you don't need a whole lot and you can't afford a whole lot. You just can't. Just get what you need. Yeah, as long as you got internet, you got water, you got food, the ability to like keep and store food and all that. What more do you need? Nothing wrong with it. It's just it sucks where you've been told the American dream and hello hand. Okay, that's weird. Let's go back. Yep, there's a hand. That's strange. All right. All right. It's a sad state we live in. You were told, and my generation definitely fell into this. We were told, you know, going to college and everything would solve all of our problems. It hasn't. It hasn't solved the issues. College is great. It has some benefits, but ultimately it creates some real issues. That and the fact, and I'm not like trying to get on like a soapbox, colleges will take anybody. That's the thing that a lot of people don't ever want to say. They'll take anybody, it seems like. Yeah, no, that's a key thing to keep in mind. Don't care about what other people think, and don't. I think a lot of that too is the social media and everything that we see, where you're constantly seeing people throw their wealth in your face. My wife has shown me a lot over the years where I see it and I just roll my eyes at it. The people who are able to stay home and they don't work and they're like always showing off, you know, look at what I do with my day. The stay-at-home moms and dads, which I understand some people have to do that. Some people have to do that, and I get it when it's like that, but they act like that it's hard or whatever. It's really, when they project wealth, they're not struggling. So that's a narrative I don't buy. John, either clean up that basement room or keep it locked. Just don't let the photographers see it. All right. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I've got student loans. I had a lot of other issues though with me going to college. Oh, they got a little picture of a bear. That didn't help me out in the long run. College was not a good experience for me for my bachelor's degree. I had a lot of things going on at the time and had a lot of stuff that occurred that it wasn't really great for me. Now, my master's degree, I just chose to do that because I wanted to. I wanted to have like certification, namely in the writing arena, so that, you know, it did kind of happen at the old teaching job a little bit, where it always came off as, hold on, it always came off as, you know, oh, Mr. Owen doesn't know what he's talking about because, you know, he writes, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know anything or whatever. And it's like, now I have certification in it. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I know my material. But, you know, wasn't really just that. I wanted to have it too because, you know, it was just something I wanted to do. But yeah, student loans, that stuff isn't fair for colleges and like. So we have someone sleeping down in the basement. That's strange. Okay, let's get the other rooms. Hold on. That's weird. Why can't I get out? I mean, yeah, there's the weird picture with the dead hand under the floor. There hasn't been anything else I've seen. Oh! There was weirdly a body that looked like it just dissolved on the bed. That was... I probably should have gotten a picture of that, but I missed it. Oh well. First time playthrough, I can go back and do it later if I want. Okay. I mean, obviously, we know weird stuff's happening. That's how this stuff works. Always weird stuff. Little bathroom. Okay. Little bathroom. Little bathroom. Okay. Didn't seem like anything was weird in here, so we might be okay. All right. Close that back. Yeah, like, I get this game's one of those that, like, builds dread or whatever, but it's... Even though the music is a little unnerving, it's weirdly cozy. It's... I'm not really on edge. Like, I know I see the dead hand under the couch, and I'm like, oh! You know, and I'm not really put off. That's what happens when you get desensitized to horror stuff. And I most definitely have. Okay. I've been on the horror game for a long time in my life. Okay, nothing there. That doesn't mean horror games can't still scare me. Like I've said, I'll still jump and sometimes yell at stuff. Bad wiring. But, you know, I was around when... I'm not going to say, you know, like the typical, I was around when horror games began. But I'm old enough to remember some of the earlier horror game examples. I am that old. The new Halloween game, yeah. I'm going to hate it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to hate it. But I'm going to play it. Yeah. I loved and simultaneously hated the... I'm taking a picture of that. What? Ah! Okay, figured. I loved and simultaneously hated the Friday the 13th game. And I was really upset when the lawsuit from the one of the creators of Friday the 13th. There were two guys that created Friday the 13th. There was Sean Cunningham. Shows how much of a movie nerd I am, by the way. And I think, is it Victor Miller? I think it was Victor Miller. Long story short, I think it was Victor Miller never got proper credit like he felt. Sean Cunningham, I think, basically got the majority of like the money and everything for Friday the 13th. And he sued. Oh, hold on.
Hey, it's Chris. I noticed I still haven't received this month's rent. Is everything alright?
I don't know about the rest of you. That weirdly almost sounded like a combo of AI and Microsoft Sam. You know? Microsoft Sam, when I was a kid, we would always sit at a computer and try to get him to say dirty words and really stupid stuff. Yeah, sorry, I've had a lot going on recently. I hope that's a real person. If it's AI, I don't like that.
I understand. How are things looking?
It sounds... I don't like that. I don't like that. Jobs have been hard to come by lately, but I'm doing what I can.
Alright. Keep me updated.
Yeah, that does. Alright, keep me updated. That weird falling off. Come on, get voice actors. Anyway, there was something along those lines, and basically I think it was Miller. He sued. Um, he sued possibly Cunningham and the like, basically to get what he felt like he deserved from the Friday the 13th stuff, and it was basically laid out that they could no longer make anything with the Friday the 13th name. Now I guess some stuff has been solved, because I saw a while back where they're doing a Friday, dead body in the bed. They're doing a Friday the 13th series, a prequel series from the perspective of Jason's mother, which might be interesting. It might be interesting. Ooh, I found the garage key. I guess I have to use that. And maybe they're finally doing stuff, but there was a lot of planned material that they had for that Friday the 13th game that they never got to do. I know that they were going to create an entire map and everything for Jason X, the one where it's in space, right? And they never got around to doing it. They had to cancel everything, and I remember being really upset about that. But the Halloween game, like, I'll put it to you like this: I love Halloween. I love Halloween, the movie, the first one. I like Halloween 1 and 2. And some of the sequels here and there have been okay. That new trilogy they did, I really loved Halloween 2018. I think is what it was called. Well, I think it was 2018 was when it came out. And I really loved it. Halloween Kills was okay, but I hated Halloween Ends. I really didn't like that. And I just screwed up. Oops. But I've always been a bigger fan of when it comes to slashers. I have more fun with Friday the 13th, and I think, though, overall, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. That's because of the imaginative stuff. Halloween and anything with Jason is just, brutal slasher kind of stuff. Still entertaining and everything. But this Halloween game, the fact that they got John Carpenter involved, and I'm a big John Carpenter fan. The Thing is like one of the best horror movies ever, and I'm glad that it got the appreciation that it deserved over time. The fact that he's involved with it, though, gives me high hopes. I'm also really weirdly looking forward to Hellraiser. There's a Hellraiser game coming out that they got the guy that played Pinhead originally to come back. That one looks like it might be good. It looks a bit too disturbing in a lot of ways, but if you ever read anything of Clive Barker's work is very, very vicious, very violent stuff. But yeah, I know I kind of went on like a really long rant there. I'm definitely going to be playing Halloween, trust me. I will. I didn't really care for the Texas Chainsaw game that they made. It was okay, but it just didn't do a lot for me. Terrifier, I liked Terrifier 2. And 3 had some good moments. The first one was okay. Jeez, okay. That almost got me. I like the makeup and the effects and everything that they do in Terrifier. But I will admit I'm not really big on the surreal nature. I told my wife when we finally went and watched all 3 of them that had come out. Years after they first came out, because people were always asking me to watch Terrifier, and I'm like, I finally watched them, and I was telling my wife that they were it's basically a slasher movie that feels like the Phantasm films. And if you've never seen Phantasm, look them up. There's 5 of them. I'd watched the first 2 and maybe 3. After that, they're the ones with the tall man. That's like the main villain in them. They're very surreal and weird, and they feel like chapters, like episodic chapters. That's how Terrifier feels, but with a crazy clown killing people. Scream, I really liked the first 2 Screams, especially the first one. I loved the first one. 3 wasn't that great, and I liked 4. These newer ones have been hit and miss, but there's a lot of stuff there that can be done. Like, I like the idea of Scream. And I miss Wes Craven. Again, he did Nightmare on Elm Street. That one I consider to be like one of his greatest movies. And I didn't hear the alert, but I happened to see it. Thank you for the follow. Sorry I didn't see the name. Yeah, the later Screams, I wasn't big on those, but I miss Wes Craven. I was a big Wes Craven fan. He took risks. That's why I liked a lot of his work. When he passed away, I was upset. Listing number 4, apartment 34, 5 Crowmere Lane, Brindle Forge, Aerith. These are some of the weirdest names. This game is peaked, though. You're talking about Flash and Die. I've been seeing good stuff with it, and I've liked it so far. You've never seen Halloween 3? Halloween 3 is good. It's definitely not Michael Myers, and definitely kind of corny and weird, but it's an interesting movie. It was the whole thing that John Carpenter wanted to make Halloween an anthology. He wanted to make it an anthology, and instead of following Michael Myers over, that's why if you watch the original first 2 Halloweens, Michael Myers is dead at the end. He is dead when he gets like blown up by Loomis, and Loomis is dead too, right? So he wanted to do something different, and everybody was upset because they're like, where's Michael Myers? And I mean, I liked, when you go back and watch it, if you ever get to, it's basically like a weird, almost like a Twilight Zone episode. And it's cool because it involves a mask maker who plans to use like Celtic magic and other weird stuff to sacrifice children. It's actually really dark, but it's got some goofy stuff in it. But all in all, it's an entertaining movie. I always heard it was the worst one, and then when I went and watched it, I'm like, what are people talking about? Like, it's not the worst Halloween. Have we seen Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes kung fu fighting Michael Myers in a garage? That was like the dumbest thing ever. And then Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. We don't talk about that one. 1 living room with a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, and 1 bathroom. They don't even have a picture of the... Oh, this is a 2-bedroom. An apartment? That's almost 400 grand? 400 grand for an apartment. No. No. Let's see what it looks like. But yeah, if you're ever able to check out Halloween 3, check it out. It's interesting. It's got a lot of like really good character actors and stuff in it. The main actor in it, his character is not like a good dude, but the main actor in it is Tom Atkins. My favorite movie that he played in. Look up a zombie movie from the 80s called Night of the Creeps. He plays a detective in it, and he has like some of the best one-liners ever. His character's not as interesting in Halloween 3, but I like him in that. And the main villain, I don't know if you've ever seen, any of you have ever seen RoboCop, the original one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. He played the old man that ran the company in RoboCop. He's not the bad guy. One of the bad guys is his second in command, but he's like the old dude. He's called the old man in the credits. He's the villain in Halloween 3. I'm a movie nerd for any of you that have popped in that didn't know, in case you didn't know. I'm that. If you played a game of movie trivia, I'm the one you want in your corner. Except maybe some of these newer movies. I'm not really big on a lot of newer stuff. Especially horror. Okay. I haven't seen like any weird stuff all that much other than the random dude that charged at me earlier. What? That's a picture of me taking a... Okay, that's weird. That is weird. That's very weird. All right. But strangely enough, I'm not like scared yet. I probably should be. If this were real life, I'd be like, oh god. Oh god. like freaking out, but I'm not freaking out here. Not so much. Like, I know I talk a lot about this stuff in my streams with gaming. The only games, like, really when it comes to games, I don't get there's stuff that will be unnerving to me, but I get scared more by like stuff that pursues me. Stuff that's like chasing me and I can't fight back. One of my wife's favorite games, and I will freely admit it, I never finished it. I basically soft locked myself where I didn't have, okay, all these doors are locked. I didn't have any like ammo or anything left to be able to feasibly fight back. And I mean, if I'd played it on PC, I possibly could have, cheated and used mods. But one of my wife's favorite games, and I liked aspects of it too, but I hated constantly being pursued, was Alien Isolation. I love the Alien movies, namely the first two. I love them, but I hated that game. I had a love-hate relationship with it. But it was a great game or whatever, and I saw where they're doing a sequel, and my wife, I saw like a trailer for it, and I showed it to my wife, and she just turned and looked at me and like gave me like a grin, and I'm like, no, like I have PTSD, it's already coming back. I'm like, nah, fam, I'm not touching that. But it felt like the Alien stuff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the older Alien movie stuff is good. Alien 3, I felt like really screwed up a lot of stuff in the franchise in a way. Like it was really, it messed up what we got in Aliens. Aliens is my favorite, but I do like the original too because it's more of the outright horror movie. But the second one's more like the dread-inducing action, which is great. I love that one. And that's a movie that whenever I watch it, I have to watch the extended edition. I don't care if it's almost 3 hours. It never feels like 3 hours. But I like that game, and obviously I've always been a big Resident Evil fan. I think overall I need to figure out how to open this. Wait a minute. If I can, I should be able to, but it's like, how do I do this? Where's the code? Hold on. Let me see if there was something in my camera. Oh, well, I guess no, I've already done that. No, I haven't. Lord of the Rings. I've liked the Lord of the Rings movies, but I never got as into them as a lot of people at the time, but I did enjoy them. Like, I know the story, I know the characters, a lot of the major characters and everything. I haven't watched them in a long time. I need to go back and revisit them sometime. Let's look at the view out here. It's not a bad view overall. At least you get to see some of the skyline. But no, I like Lord of the Rings to an extent. The Hobbit, I kind of, and I'm talking like the Peter Jackson Hobbit stuff. I think they stretched a story out way too much. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a lot of movies I know that I watch that I can watch them on repeat. People like look at me funny. So I watch like really, if I'm watching like horror stuff, I watch really, bleak, violent stuff, and people like I used to always get like jokes from people thinking I was crazy because I would watch horror movies in college to go to sleep. I was one of those. Yeah. But no, I know I said that with Resident Evil earlier. I always loved those because one of the first horror games I ever played, personally ever played, was Resident Evil 2. I played it before the first one. And my first experience with Resident Evil 2, which I'm planning on, I did some recording over summer break. Is there anything on here? I recorded a playthrough of the original version of Resident Evil 2. And my original experience with it was I died within like the first couple of minutes, and I didn't touch the game for like 6 months. I was like, nope, not doing this, whatever. Now, fast forward, love them. I'm not good at all of them, and I don't claim to be, but I love them. Okay, I've been running around in circles like an idiot. Is there something I'm missing? Is there like a note or something somewhere from somebody? You would think, what's his face? John or something would have left me like a note? Or is it... I swear, if it's like a code that is on that, I'm going to be really irritated. And it probably is. Yeah, Avatar, I have mixed feelings with. I went to see the original one when it released, and I fell asleep through part of it. And I don't commonly fall asleep during movies. I normally don't. Okay, let's just see here. I'm going to try something. 1, 2, 3. How many dots is that? 4, 5. There's 9. 18. No. I don't really know what to do here. But I haven't watched any of the sequels of Avatar. I just haven't. I've always been a fan of James Cameron. He doesn't have a good reputation. He doesn't have like the best reputation because he's a perfectionist and he's a jerk, and he's been pretty awful to a lot of his actors, especially women. Linda Hamilton that I mentioned before. But he makes good movies. Like, I will watch of his work. I will watch the first 2 Terminators and Aliens multiple times. Multiple times. But then if you go to James Cameron's other stuff and you go, how about watching The Abyss? Or how about watching Avatar or Titanic? I'm like, it's like they're well made technically, and I agree with that with Avatar. They're well made technically. But I just, when I watched Avatar, it's Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves with blue people instead of indigenous, like Native Americans. That's what it is for me. It is basically that. And I'm sorry, I'm like looking to see what the code is, if I can find anything, but I do not. Hold on. Yeah, I'm totally cheating. So there's some type of trigger. Okay, so maybe I just need to walk around with a camera. Like, what trigger are we talking about? Is there something in the pictures? There probably is. See, I'm not really good at the whole anomaly. Oh my god. Okay. I'm stupid. I tried to cheat and it didn't even really work. Oh yeah, and I just saw where stuff kind of clipped out again. Just ever so briefly. I hope video didn't like cut out there for that moment. If it did, it's whatever. Yeah, I'm dumb. Didn't even check my pictures. Okay, geez. If I quit getting, into talking and everything, I might get focused a bit better. Okay. Take that. Boom, boom. There is a random person that was looking through the window. It looked like. Why are there like really big jacks right there? Hello? Alright. Yeah, I mean, this game I like, but it's definitely the slow burn thing, which is fine. I don't need like fast and frenetic horror stuff, but no, it's, I don't know. I mean, no, it's not scary. Oh, good God, what is this? Is that almost doesn't look like blood. That looks like marinara sauce. That looks like the guy named Alan. I'm not going to share his last name. Guy named Alan that I lived with in dorms. Like, he wasn't my roommate. He was like a suite mate. We all shared like a floor. When I went to UNCW for a semester, and Alan liked to drink. And he liked to eat pizza and anything with marinara sauce, breadsticks, all that stuff. And Alan would drink too much. And he would vomit every night in our bathroom. Needless to say, we had enough with Alan, and we threatened Alan to never do it again because he did it so many times. Every time I would get up to go to the bathroom, first thing before I had an 8 a.m. class, it was walking into the stink of beer and vomit and marinara sauce, and I always looked like a crime scene. And speaking of it being a crime scene, I just did something very illegal. I'm not going to question it. It's a game. I don't care. But it is not up to me to clean up blood if that was blood. If it's marinara, okay. But I don't think it was. That just looked weird. But moving on, let me look at my pictures to see if there's anything weird. Yeah, I just cleaned up blood. Yeah, the random person in the window. The code that I did not see and spent 5 minutes walking around like an idiot. And then that's probably the most off-putting photograph. Okay. All jobs completed. Let's go. I don't know how many rooms there or houses there are. Excuse me. Ooh. I'm burping a lot today. I know you all really cared about that, but whew. Task completed. Can you really trust a smart home alone at night? Probably not. Okay, they didn't count that photo with the person across the street in the window as an unknown photo. I'm guessing the unknown photos are like the weird, creepy stuff. I'm probably missing a lot of stuff. Forgive me. How many are there? Oh, okay. We're making good progress. Okay. Listing number 5. 91 High Sable Street, Sableton, Aerith. Built in 2010. 2-story family home with basement and double garage. 2 floors and a basement. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double garage. That is a big house. 459. Let's say 460. 460 is still too much. That's still way too much. However, I could see this house easily being like 3 to 350. I mean, I can see where people would, if it's really nice on the inside, okay, 400. Okay. But I still think that's crazy. Crazy. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try not to get way too sidetracked, but you know. Alright, porch and garage door. Ole. Here we go. Alright. Oh good, the camera's glitching. Great. Great. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen, but at least I don't feel like I'm being chased by something. Maybe, like, weirdly haunted or stalked. And that's fine. You want to, like, stalk me. I guess that's okay. Oh, yeah, got to get everything in here. Okay. Boom. Anything weird about that? No? But yeah, with horror games, I don't know. The stalker, or not stalker, pursuer enemies, as they call them, are the ones that drive me nuts. Like Mr. X in the Resident Evil 2 remake. Yeah. Nemesis in the original Resident Evil 3, not the remake. The remake, they hey, totally safe homes. That was weird. They definitely tore the teeth out of Nemesis in that one. There's a reason a lot of people... Oh, good. Pizza box. There's a reason a lot of people weren't happy with the Resident Evil 3 remake. I didn't mind it. Like, I thought it was okay, but it was not... It was not as good as the original one was. I don't even care about the tank controls, man. If you're a gamer and you play horror games and you gripe about tank controls, you too young. You too young, bro. tank controls are not great, but they're not like bad controls. Not really. I mean, okay. So we have, yep, let me get the pool in that shot. Didn't see anything creepy there. No, okay. Do I play video games every day? It depends. It depends. Like over the summer when I'm off, I might. It depends on what I have to do that day. I might play games for like a short amount of time if I have other tasks. But then if I'm like, if I have like a whole day to myself or whatever, I might play for a few hours or something. I don't marathon like I used to. Like I was never a gamer that would play for like 16 hours straight. You know, the ones that basically the South Park World of Warcraft episode, I was never like that, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up, but I'm sure you do. I'm sure you know. I was never that level, but I would play for a long time, you know, and I might take breaks or whatever, but I would play games for a long time back when I was in high school and in college. Because being an only child, that was where I got enjoyment. It was playing games and watching movies, reading, and for me, like drawing, writing, that kind of thing. But now, like, I feel like I play games sometimes more when I'm working, and it's when I come home in the afternoon if I want to unwind. Especially if I've had like an overstimulating day. Now, I mean, it depends on what I'm playing. I've got a library of games. You've seen some of them on Steam when I've had the Steam stuff up. I've got stuff on PlayStation. I've got some Switch games. I've got like a big library of stuff. And a lot of games I have not ever finished or whatever. And that's the sad part, is as an adult, you can afford games, but you never have time to play them. So I've got like a big library of stuff. But I try to play often. But it depends. I mean, there's sometimes I don't feel like playing anything at all. It happens. But consistently, I play pretty often, yeah. Oh, good. Creepy basement. Let me guess. Ooh, can't have the chair sitting to the side. All right. I just... okay. Okay. That was weird. Yeah. All right. Somebody's messing with me. We got like a poltergeist or something. Ooh. You thought you were going to scare me. You didn't scare me. Yes, again, in real life, I'd be like, ah! You know, if a chair flipped over. Okay, yeah, I've been in here. All right, so I need 2 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms and a kid's room. I think I've done everything downstairs. Let's check upstairs. And I don't know, like, when it comes to games now, I'm getting somewhat to where I don't like games to be too long. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I don't want the days to come back during the, what was it, during the 360 PS3 days where I felt like it was really prominent, where you would have a game that was $60 or more, generally 60, and you would go and buy it brand new, take it home and play it, you'd be done in 3 hours. $60 for 3 hours. And on top of that, it'd be the games that didn't really have a lot of replayability, you know? Which I say that, and truthfully, that was how the like Sega Genesis and Nintendo games, a lot of those work. A lot of people don't really think about that. You can beat a lot of those games if you know what you're doing. In oh god, that was creepy. You can beat a lot of those games in like an hour or less. The difficulty was what made them take so long. But I just didn't like that thing of buying full price games. So I like to have games that were longer, but now I feel like a lot of games are way too long. Especially if you try to be a completionist. It's insane for some of them. Like some of the Assassin's Creed games, some of these later ones. I'm not even talking about the remake that they just did of Assassin's Creed 4. It was long anyway, but I'm talking like, what was it? Valhalla? Shadows? Some of those? Good lord. If you want to try to do everything, it's like it becomes, definitely becomes overly stimulating. Like where you kind of eat yourself alive, where you're like, oh god, you can't figure out what to do. I'll sit down and play like a linear game that might take me 6 to 7 hours or something and be completely happy. Completely happy. But now, like, anything more than that that's like really huge, if it's not interesting, if it doesn't hold my interest throughout, I'm like, nah, I end up getting burned out. I just heard a camera go off. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Somebody take a picture of me somewhere? Who be taking my picture? Man, I am fit. I am a fit man. Oh god. I didn't mean to do that, sorry. Didn't mean to back out. That's not creepy. That's not creepy. That's not creepy. Okay. Alright. Let's get out of here. We don't have much further to go. We're about done. This is going to succeed, I think, though, in being my longest stream so far. But it's all right. You know, my back to school, back to work stream, I guess I can end on a longer note. I just don't look forward to when I get done with this and when I pull it up. It's probably going to show on Twitch. It's going to be in like 3 or 4 parts because of stuff that kept cutting out. And I'll have to use my editing skills to piece it back together to upload it on YouTube. By the way, if you're, not popping into Twitch and you didn't know I had a YouTube, look me up on YouTube. Same name here. I'm putting a lot of my Twitch stuff on there too, but I've got other videos that I've made, a lot of no commentary stuff. All right, 2 more. Listing number 6. 42 Hollowmere Crescent, Quarlin, Aerith. Built in 1971, 2-story fixer-upper home with a large yard. Okay, so this is one for like, people that want to flip houses. Has 2 floors, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, outdoor parking, 159,800. That is a good buy. That one's a good buy for the market we have now. Yeah, even though it depends on how it looks on the inside, but I would say that's still not too bad. Now, if it's like, falling apart, got mold and stuff all in it, okay, that'd be different. All right, let's see how this one is. God, probably because it's an older house. It's going to have more like haunted stuff with it.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. Just one more house left.
Same here. I'm almost finished too. Come over when you're done. We can send the photos to the agency.
Sounds good. I'll head over when I'm finished.
All right. Can't wait to see them. Hopefully they're good.
That's always a good sign. Oh, look. A kitty. Not the best graffiti I've ever seen, but okay. I'll take it. All right. Front door of the house. I will say that the big windows give like kind of a spooky vibe, like what you see in horror movies like Amityville and stuff, where when the windows are lit up, the house almost looks like it's alive. Ooh. All right. Nice little sitting area, complete with a little fire pit. Okay. that like their fire pits in this game. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Okay, so everything else is in the house. Let's go ahead and hop in here. All right. All right. Oh, man, yeah, they even have the TV. Well, not the... I was about to say TVs from the 70s. No, that's like a 90s TV. Those are like the TVs that you hated when I was a kid. You hated if you had to transfer rooms because they were like big monsters that you had to carry. And if you were like a weak person, everybody would know it when you had to pick up that TV. I wasn't weak. I was strong. All right. Ugh. Yeah, that's definitely like a decrepit bathtub. I see what they mean by the fixer-upper part. Yeah, not the best. Not the best. Okay, little dining room. Yeah, very basic. Nice little paintings and stuff. I haven't commented a lot on like the paintings and artworks in here, but I'm glad to see that they're not. I don't think any of them have been repeated. And thank God they're not AI. Thank God they're not AI. That is ugly wallpaper. That is crap wallpaper. Let me back out a little bit. Okay. So the fridge doesn't have a door? And this is an old fridge. This is like the big monster icebox fridges. Where's the door, though? That's one of those deep sinks. Okay. 2 bedrooms. This house seems simple, but why do I feel like that's evasive and suspicious? Okay, I don't see anything suspicious yet. Aw, it's a doggy. And you know something? I just realized I haven't done the zoom feature at all in this. I suck. However, I will say overall the zoom feature is not too bad in this, but my mouse is not the best when it comes to doing that. Simple. God, that's like a basic bed, though. I did not shut that door before. You don't scare me. None of you scare me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is there light in here? Is there light in here at all? Or do... Oh! Ooh! Yes, sir. Wow. Yep. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah, and I just noticed. It looks like it's got black mold growing in it. Ew. Ew. Yeah, okay. I'm not shutting the doors. I'm getting out of here. Go. Get out. Get out. I'll shut that one. Okay. Get out to the car. Let's go. Go on. Let's go. Whew. That was weird. The oldest houses keep the darkest secrets. At least it's finally over. Makes me wonder what the dark secret is. Like, what compelled that dude to do that to himself? Guess we'll never know. All right, last one. Haha, we made it to the finale. We're about done, guys. Any of you that are still here? Confidential. Ooh. All good. I don't have signal on my phone. Yay. That little signal thing you saw, that was what I was seeing earlier with when the storm passed. 17 missed calls. Good Lord, Kobe. Kobe's dead, chat. Is Kobe dead? Is Kobe dead? Oh, God. Hello? Ali oxen free? Probably should shut that. Well, nah. I'm going to leave the door shut. Huh. Kobe? Hello? Oh, God. Kobe, you scared me, Kobe. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, Kobe. I'm done playing around with you, man. Where you at? Where you at, brother? Oh, God. That was like a real quick turnaround. Okay. Oh, no. Who is this? Who is you? Oh no. Oh, it won't let me close it. Okay. Yeah, I've had like a few. Okay. Owner found dead. Family of 3 disappeared. Owner. Ooh, ritual materials discovered after owner's death. Resident vanished, never located. 2 occupants found deceased. Owner missing, case closed. Without explanation. Home linked to multiple unexplained deaths. Current investigation pending. Oh yeah, these houses are totally safe. Oh no. Wait a minute. 2 investigations at truthfront.org. Totally Safe Homes has been getting these houses, right, where these things have happened. And they're either covering up or not saying anything. I think you'll want to look into this. TotallySafeHomes.com is not a normal estate agency. For money, they'll do anything. They buy abandoned properties for almost nothing. I just found evidence suggesting they deliberately poisoned an elderly man because they knew he lived alone and his family would sell the house cheaply after his death. They send photographers like me into these properties at night under the excuse of taking listing photos. That's not the real reason. They're sending us in to see what's there, to document it. Something is going on with those houses at night. Look at what I photographed earlier in one of them. People need to see that he didn't finish it. I'm clicking send, even though email sent.
Don't tell me you sent that email.
What? What? Yes, I did. The email sent from Kobe's laptop led to a formal investigation into Totally Safe Homes. As a result, the company was permanently shut down and all operations were ordered to cease. 2 bodies were discovered inside the apartment. The investigation identified John S. as the suspect. He was an employee at Totally Safe Homes who disappeared shortly after the incident and was never found. What happened inside those properties remains unknown. After the company was shut down, no one who returned to those locations found any trace of what had been captured in the photographs. Oh, man. Who? Okay. Now, that one had more of an ending than anything that we saw with the ice cream one. Oh, what's up, King Wolves? Cool deal. I guess maybe he might have contributed to this somehow. Cool. Yeah, that honestly, that one was a little bit slow, like it to an extent, but I really liked the vibe of it though. And I like the concept. I like that I'm not really big overall, I guess, on the anomaly stuff so much, but I really like the taking the pictures and having really creepy stuff happen. But I like that twist there at the end that everything that I've been participating in has been like doing investigation for these people that buy these properties, and that it seems like they're provoking families and possibly even doing other like dirty underhanded stuff, provoking families to kill family members and all this so they could buy the properties up. That was really cool. And I love that's the first picture that it goes to. Oops. Yeah. I mean, I don't have to go through all these again, but that was really cool. I might go back and play this at some point again, to maybe not for stream, but to go and see if there's any other stuff I can find. That was really good though. Huh. Let's see how I did in the trophy department. Yeah, okay, I didn't get all of them. What did I miss? Take a photo. Hang up on your landlord. Oh, okay, I could have hung up on the weird AI sounding guy. That's the only complaint. If I had to say I had a complaint at all, that was the only one I had. It's like when if it was, I might be mistaken, but I don't think I'm mistaken. I wish that people would just get voice actors. I mean, I know I've said in other stuff, the other streams I've done about, hey, if you guys need a voice actor or anything, I mean, I know I'm not like a big streamer or anything yet, but I would love to do that. I would gladly do it. I like reading, I like performing, I like that sort of thing. But something I didn't comment on, and I'll finish up kind of here with saying this. I was really glad for both games to not see a lot of typos. That made me happy. I didn't see any. I don't think I caught any. No, hopefully there wasn't any. All right. So, I'm just going to like clap to finish out on that one. That one was good. I like that one. So, 2 games today that I had not experienced before, and I enjoyed both. The Sweet Spot, other than the fact it felt like it outright copied Boba Tea Shop, and the fact that the ending, there was nothing. It was like right at the finish line and they just like dropped the ball. Other than that, it was okay. Like I said, I'd give it like a 5, maybe like a 6 out of 10 if I had to give it a rating. Flash and Die, I know like me talking, it went on like a little bit longer than it probably needed to. It felt pretty short. And I'm not sure if it's got a lot of replay value. I mean, it might if you want to go back and get, achievements. But it's not a bad game at all. Like the idea behind it is there. I feel like it's a good start of something. I feel like that you might could get maybe like a series out of this if you really wanted. I'm not sure what you do or if you'd continue the same thing or do something different. But I mean, I liked that one. I really did. So, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Let's see, how long have we been recording? Yeah, we've made it through 2 of them. It went on a little bit longer. I hope and pray that we didn't have like a lot of stuff cutting out or anything like that, but it probably did. I'll probably have to do some editing. There'll probably be some mistakes here and there of like missing footage. I hope it hadn't done too much. But I'm definitely going to try to keep an eye out for weather the next time I do another stream. But anyway, so to those of you that popped in during the stream, thank you. Especially if you engaged, and even if you didn't engage, if you just watched, I'm glad you were here. I hope you enjoyed. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you enjoy it as well. I'd love to have more followers on both. Just, keep tuning in for me and everything. And I appreciate you giving me that attention. I really do. I really am thankful for that. I go back to work Wednesday, so I'm not sure if I'll stream again this week. If I do, It might be on Thursday or Friday, maybe. Um, there are a few other like maybe indie games I'll probably do. I want to branch out of indie stuff though coming up, and I might do longer form games. So we'll just see if there's anything like new. I've seen a few demos of some stuff I might be curious to try, but we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'm happy that I got another stream down, and thank you guys for popping in. Um, I'll try to set up a more consistent schedule as we go. And yeah, that's about all I've got. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Very appreciative of all of you that have tuned in so far, and I hope to see you again. And I hope that we can continue getting continue doing this thing and getting bigger, better, all that stuff, and hopefully not having Wi-Fi and the light kick out. So anyway, um, hope you all have a good rest of your day, good evening. Hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. So have a good one. Peace.